Send them an invite.
There we go.
There we go.
What's up?
There we go. Hello, 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 everybody. Oh, we got it's Prius joining us, Bryce. We're
How's it
gonna
going? How's
let
it
a
going?
few people jump in here. We got Brapster Noonan on too. We got a few people jumping in. We'll let a few more
What's
come
up?
in
What's
here.
up?
So we'll just chat a little bit. How you been?
For
How
sure.
you doing? Happy New Year, all that good stuff.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Give me 1 second. Let me clean the camera off a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
There you go.
Of course.
See if that's
Yeah,
better.
yeah. I get it. I had a guy tell me that it looked like my podcast was done on a toaster oven.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, okay, cool. I like that. I like that.
There you go. So, yeah, how you been?
Put some headphones in. You got headphones?
Hmm? Yeah, I got my headphone on right now.
Best thing to do.
Oh, wait.
Okay. So we got some people in here. It's the Ride and Dirty No Excuse podcast. We have It's Frias, or
Fries.
as most of us call them,
What up?
Fries.
What up?
Fries, yep. So let's start off. Uh, how long you been riding? What bike you ride at the moment? What your favorite bike
All
is?
right. I'd say,
There's a start there.
yeah, for sure. Well, pretty sure I'm going on almost like my third season, maybe. Third or fourth season almost. I started on a Grom, and that thing was my favorite. I loved it. I still wish I never got rid of it. But
Right? Groms don't
hey,
count though. We always know
they
that
say
Groms
that, but
don't count, right?
some of the sickest shredders are on a Grom. That much I know is for sure.
Right?
But everyone's got their taste. I now ride an F4i. I love it. It's awesome. It's a big pain in the ass, but it's been a love-hate relationship for sure.
Big
Oh,
tank,
it's a tank.
right?
It is a
Big
tank.
tank, my guy.
And if
Big
anyone
tank.
wants a bike that'll take everything and then some, get an F4i for sure.
Nice. And a lot of killers out there on the
Yeah,
F4Is. A
man. The
lot
reason
of
why I
big
got an
killers
F4i
over
to
the
begin
years.
with was because I saw like guys like tipping back and stuff like that, just ripping back and throwing the rev limiter on, and I was like, oh, if they can do that for like 2-3 minutes straight, okay, maybe I can ride the bike. You know?
Right. Um, so you're a lot bum
Yeah.
mostly?
I now I am for sure.
A
A
lot bum
thousand
mostly?
percent now. Yeah, no more
I
streets for me. Yeah, I had my fun,
had
that's
some
for
fun over
sure.
the years. Yeah. What would you say I got in the lot? What's your
Oh,
favorite trick in the lot
I love
to work on?
scrapes. I love scrapes. Uh, everyone will
It's
call me
great.
the double peg queen, but
All
what?
right,
I'll
all
take
right.
that. And I'm trying to move around a lot more. I'm trying to get more comfortable doing that, but yeah, uh, it's anything. Just getting seat time. Guys, being around the guys, hanging out with everyone.
Pizza. Right.
But yeah, for sure.
Right? Being at the lot,
Yeah, man,
getting
for
that
sure.
time in with your homies,
That's
okay,
that's what it's
pushing
all about,
them to do
honestly. Is
better.
those like 12 o'clock in the afternoon till like 2 o'clock in the morning days at the lot where you're just there ripping all the time. That was me on the Grom. Like I'd come down all the way up from like way up north, like hour and a half up north, and like just come down from the afternoon and hang out, rip, ride all day, hang out, go get food,
You
everything. Yeah.
definitely did. You definitely did. I
Yeah,
remember
man.
that coming to CRV with the bike on the back.
Yeah.
First, it was the Grom forever, and then you started bringing the F4i,
Yeah. Once
and
I got the
you
F4i,
put
it was
in
on the back
time
of the
over the
CRV, and
years
it was
now
even
that
coming down to the city. Yeah, everywhere.
right.
It went everywhere.
And that That's the RV
Oh yeah,
scene
that's
a
the
lot
damn truth.
about. Um, hold on a second here. Get some questions. Things I've been like just kind of going through town and like discussing with the community
There
because there's
always is.
obviously
There
a lot of
always is.
controversy in the
There
community
always is,
right now.
you know.
Yeah. And it's not even like it's just here,
1,000%.
right? Like everywhere has it,
Yeah, man.
in the States, in Europe. Everybody's got their drama.
Yeah.
Not everybody posts it, so it's not as known, but there's stuff like uh I know personally I've seen over the years, Dank Wheely is like
Always.
always a guy. I don't want to put it on him, but that he's the guy that's kind of always had that shit in the stick. People always go and they pick on him, or he puts himself in
Hey.
situations, which that's
Oh,
a big thing, right? You've
yeah.
learned that over the years
Pick and
of
choose
riding,
situations for
where
sure.
like
Pick and choose
you
the
don't want to be in a
situation 1,000%.
situation,
You learn
right?
one way or another.
Don't right, right, just like wheelies. Like, if you keep on wheeling with a flat tire, eventually, and when you want to go and do circles,
Oh
you're
yeah. Oh
gonna
yeah.
you're
Oh
gonna
yeah. Oh
have
yeah.
a
You're
hell
gonna
of
be
a
fighting your
time,
bike. Everything's
right?
gonna be fighting you. Especially if you don't even know what the hell you're doing with your bike. It's just
Right?
even worse. Even worse.
Right? We got here. We got a young guy. Integra
Thank
T
you. Thank
says
you.
you're a
That's my
goat.
guy.
Looking for some questions. If anybody wants to throw up questions, ask for you some. Throw it in here. Throw it on up. I can check the questions and we can ask it for him here. Let's see. What got you into stunt riding? Let's start
This guy
there.
right
That's
here.
another good starter question.
That was perfect timing. Veggie. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
actually one of his videos I can
Just
actually here pull it up right now. I think it's in the list. Right here, yeah. And literally it was this video right here that I saw. There was one clip. Let's see if I can get it a little bit better.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
there's
I know
one
it's
clip where he's solo on the highway and he's like in a staggered, I would assume, like foot in the hole staggered, and he's just one hand up and he's coming
yeah,
across. And I was just
yeah.
like, the way that this video came out, I was like, I don't care what I have to do. I got to do this before I get old. And usually, most
Hey, that's
videos,
good.
they're
I
all
like
set
that.
with like
I like that.
super hype music, all this stuff. I was like, no, this is like super like emotional, like something that kind of resonates. And I was like, this is sick. I love it.
I think I know this
This is a
one. I
very,
do. I
very,
think I do
very
know this clip.
like.
Is that the one he
I
did
think
for
so. I think it
his
was.
boy
I
or
think it
something,
actually
right?
was like a memorial ride that was on.
Someone passed and he did a video for
Yeah,
them. I think that's the one. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not 100% sure. I'd
this
have
clip
to
right
go
here.
look back at it, but yeah,
This is the clip
yeah,
that I was
yeah,
like, I don't care what I have to do. I want to
yeah.
learn how to ride. I got to do that. And then right as he makes this right turn, or you guys gonna look like it's left. This was where I was like, I got to
Yeah,
do this.
yeah. And
Yeah,
rights are hard. I'll admit.
and
Right
just I
turns are
studied this
hard.
video. I studied this entire thing from
I
front to back when I was like just starting.
remember.
I
I
like
remember this
And then
video.
eventually it came time where I like posted about it, and then I was like sending all this stuff, and he ended up following, and then he sent me a message like, "Oh, dude, thanks, man. Like, I don't think that much." And he's like super humble guy, super nice guy, and like this clip too, so sick.
And and he's dude, and he's put you into a spot. You're
Yeah,
a
yeah.
cooling cat video. Yeah, that was a
Cooling
cooling
cat and
cat
veggie,
video.
yeah, right
905
there.
Supermoto here.
Yeah.
100%. That's why I knew it. I
Cooling cat,
knew it.
Bomani,
I
both of
knew it was
them, they're
cooling cat.
amazing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They're both two of the top in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so we have two
for
questions
sure.
here. I have two questions for you. From Noonan on 2. What's it like a guy in the stunt scene, and then we'll
What's it
ask the
like being a
next one
guy in the
after.
stunt
But
scene?
yeah,
I don't know. It's nothing. No, just being in the stunt scene itself isn't necessarily the easiest. You definitely have to be there for a reason. You gotta have your reason why you're there,
yeah,
and you gotta actually show up and do it. It's not just it's not an amusement park. Like that's my opinion. So
okay,
like even gaining a lot of the respect and stuff like that, it's not given. It's not easily there. It's definitely earned in that right. You know, and that's good for that, 100%. But it's got its
okay. I could see that from myself being in the scene. I could see why she's asking that question, as like, you know, for guys in the scene, it's like there's so
oh yeah.
many
There's
dudes in the scene, and being
no.
the best isn't being the best. It's having a flow, that humble and respect, having that being that humble person in this game. I feel it is like a huge thing, because if you're a douche in
Oh,
any way,
1,000%.
you get outed, and then as like so there's two guys that I'm gonna say on this. So Christian, I can't remember what his stunt name was, but he's down from
Okay.
Florida. Duarte. We call him. They call him down there the lot cop, and because they actually have like a trailer now that you put into like Walmarts and shit, and it has like 10 cameras on it and shit, and blah 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 blah, and it's for like if people shoot off or
Mm-hmm.
accidents happen, it's something. So,
Yeah.
and then we have
Yeah.
up here, we have Savage Ricky.
Yeah.
Savage
Yeah.
Ricky's like a lot regulator. I like calling it the lot regulator, you know? And being a guy, if you don't give the respect, you are
Yeah.
easily outed
1,000%.
and kicked from any lot. People, people don't care if you start being a douchebag, or you screw one person over and then try the next person. By the time you get to that next person,
Yeah.
you're already outed. And so to be a
Oh
guy
yeah.
in the game is rough. To be a young lady,
That's a whole
I'll
nother
say
game.
it's
I
a
couldn't even.
little bit easier. It is, right? It's a little bit easier because everyone's there to help you and push you. As long as you're respectful to everybody around you and you follow the lot rules and the
As
etiquette, or if you
long
go
as
to a
you
street
make a
ride,
good
you
impression,
follow the
you
rules.
prove yourself, you're there, you're respectful. Anyone that's there will eventually notice and like, hey, what's up? How are you? And you're not gonna. Me myself, especially being I'm originally from the city, but I moved up north quite a while ago, and like me coming back down to the city, it's not as easy as just dropping into everywhere. And some people are gonna be like, "Oh, who are you? What are you doing here?" And it's like, "Oh no." So eventually, slowly, got to build up a little bit of a name, and then say, "Hey, let me come out. Let me take that chance." And you definitely got to prove yourself in that point. But
Yeah.
yeah,
So yeah,
on both
either
sides.
way, it's hard. Like the
Yeah.
question's like a good question from Noonan. Like I think that's a great question, and like either way, both sides. Obviously, there's not as many
That's for sure.
women in the game, so the women that are in the game,
Yeah.
they have their own fights they got to worry about. Obviously, the men are pigs, so like sometimes you get those guys that like are
They're
there
sharp.
for the lot, but then other things distract them, and then that could obviously distract the girl and hinder her progress because you don't want to be known as as what I heard them back in the day, tank skanks. You don't want to be a tank skank in this game because then it just makes you look bad. I guess it'd be the same as a guy, but for a guy, it's just instead of sleeping with the football team,
Oh, like
you
it's
rip off the football team. That's the I think the two differences in the game. And another difference between the two is that we'll help women and we'll support women through their stunt riding and push them. Uh, as guys, we won't because it's more competition. So we still push.
I love
We're more vulgar and more like extravagant with our own guys, but there's still that little bit of pullback of competition because you want to.
I'm
Some
not
guys
gonna
want to be
lie. I'm
the
the one
next
that
street
always
killer,
loves to know knowledge, and
or
I love when, like, especially when I got to sit down with you sometimes and like on at the lot and like you just pull me aside and you go, "Yo, listen for a sec. You're not doing this right." And it's like, okay, about all that information you gotta listen to because there's people doing it and then there's people thinking that they're doing it. So you gotta. That's the biggest thing. It's like I always spread the knowledge. It's like if I can and like if you're willing to and you're not going to obviously turn on me in the wrong way because then I'll show you why not to. But in the same point, like you just have to take. I'm willing to show anyone. I'm always a nice person. That's my biggest thing. I love teaching. I love like hyping people up. I love seeing people accomplish. It gives me a bigger rise than anything at that point.
you're just making the community bigger as long
Yes.
as you keep people pushing, right? So I totally agree with that, 100%. Hey, so her other question was, what's it like jumping from the small bike
Ooh,
to the big
that's a
bike?
good question. That's a really good question. I had a good base, and the Grom is an amazing base to start with. I'll say that for sure. Like, if you can wheelie a
Yeah,
Grom, you can almost wheelie most things. That's my blanket term. Um, it lets
yeah.
you learn clutch control. It lets you learn, throttle. It lets you learn brake. It lets you learn everything on such a small scale where you're not going to kill yourself. And then taking it to the bike, it's just a bigger scale, more sturdy, in my opinion. When it comes up, it's way more straight. It's direct. It's way more twitchy. It's like it's crazy. It's way more twitchy, especially with my bike has been around the block, but it's amazing. And I love that bike, and it's got a great history. It's been built by someone awesome, and it's been through the hands of some great riders too before it got to me. So I love it. I love it for that reason. And I it took me a little bit to get used to it and to like it, but now looking at it, it's like my big Grom for sure. I love it. Yeah.
Right.
it, it,
A lot of people, I would agree with that. It did take some time. So I
mhm.
started off on big bike myself, and then I went back down to little bikes, and then I went to a Grom, and then I went back. I still had the big bike, but I was like jumping in and out. And I wish I started on a pit bike or a Grom because I would have been faster
Here's
in
the
my
like you
progression.
learning
Uh,
what you did on the big bike and the your point of progression, your style just got so awesome and so crazy on the big bike and stuff that when you jumped on the little bike, you already had more than the basics. So you were just throwing it around, understanding it for what it is. When some people do the opposite, where they jump on the small bike
yeah,
thinking it's a Ferrari, and it's like, no, you can give it more, you can give it all of it, and then the gas, like your brakes will still give you enough, like you'll still be good. But yeah, it's
yeah, yeah.
it's a different ball game, but you always just got to be mindful, especially when you're going on the big bikes and stuff like that. But
Nice. She has
yeah,
one
yeah.
more question, actually. She just threw another one up. This one I like because I was never a fan of scraping. Uh, I'm told, I was always told when I was riding, when I first started riding my first few years, scraping was like everything. If you didn't scrape, even still to this day, people talk about scraping like it's everything. It's probably sketchier than stoppies. And like myself, I've crushed myself on stoppies, but like I think scraping is sketchier than
I give all the
stoppies.
praise to everyone
But
that
her
can stop you. That's
question
for damn
was,
sure. But I wouldn't even attempt it. I couldn't even attempt it, especially with my setup right now. But yeah, like there, no,
no,
definitely not
not
on
on
my
your
setup. But
setup, not on your
yeah,
setup right
so
now.
there.
But there is a rider. Can't remember which rider it is. Maybe it's like top 16 um, uh, there or whatever it is. Can't remember. He's an F4I rider, but he like rolls 500. I think it's MG. No, sorry, I got it wrong. I feel
Oh,
like an idiot.
UGK. Yeah, yeah.
UGK. He's he's got an F4I, and then there's another rider that they were talking about on Team 8 the other night. That's an F4I rider. I can't remember his name. I'd have to
Mm-hmm.
look it up. It was on there live, and he rolls like 500 plus on an F4I front end stock, and I'm like that's insane just because of the like
Just
the
how big
forks and
of a
how
freaking
those
bike it
bikes
is. How
handle.
you're able to
It's like
keep that thing up and control it like that is just insane with those tiny little forks. It's insane.
right, right. So, but her question was, uh, do you pull clutch in or like do you pull the clutch in when you do a scrape on the Mini, or do you just throw it
On the
back and then
Grom,
stomp the
oh
brake and come
man,
back?
it's I will say on the F4I, it's 1,000% easier. It's a cheat code that I don't like to tell all the time, but I love it. It's so nice. Um, the Grom though, that's just sending it back and praying. I'm not gonna lie. No clutch in. I gotta learn my clutch in. That's gonna be hopefully this year. I gotta do a lifelong goal trick of just letting that clutch in and letting it eat. Giving a rev bomb coaster, yeah, for
Get
sure.
those
Um,
limiter
but
coasters,
yeah,
right?
like I just nice and easy. Keep consistent throttle. Keep yourself straight. Once you know you're gonna go straight, just give it a little bit more gas. Come up, let it come back. Once it taps, like everyone else has told me, this is not my teachings. Everyone else has taught me this, so this is me passing down knowledge. Once you feel it tap, let go of the gas and jam that brake if you want, and come back down. If not, if you can time it nicely, give it a nice little feather out, bring yourself back down, and just keep the throttle back on, and you'll be good.
Look at that. So I'm just gonna go back here. I totally agree with that. I use a bit of clutch depending on if I'm doing sit downs. I like throwing my clutch in because I've been practicing it for when I'm doing limiters. So throw it back, pull
That's
the
a good
clutch
habit
in,
to get
and then
into.
start the limiter. So while it's scraping, leave the foot off the brake, off the brake, off the brake, and then right when you want to come back, just start to let out on that clutch slightly, smash the brake, bring yourself back,
Yeah,
and
no,
then let
100%.
out and keep going.
That
So that's
would be a
my
really good
one of
way
my
to do
ones
it.
this
Like
year.
that's honestly like an
Uh,
awesome way. Learning clutch in, like especially just clutch in coasters itself is just an amazing skill to have. It lets you do so much.
right.
Yeah.
So many more things come of it. That's why I always say, like, my biggest thing is I always tell people if you're gonna when you're starting to wheelie and everything, always keep your finger on the clutch. Keep
Oh
that
yeah.
one finger on the clutch at all times, because when you go after you master foot brake and doing like sit downs, if you're going for scrape, cool. If you're not, and you're not comfortable doing scrapes because you
Yeah, you don't
tried them and
have
you
to
don't like them,
be. Yeah,
cool,
you don't have
whatever.
to
You don't have
always
to have
do
that
that
in your
trick.
bag.
Like
I
that's
know a
you
lot of
can do it once or
guys
twice. You
that
know,
don't.
okay, that's
Yeah,
great. But you don't have to do it all the time if you don't feel comfortable with that trick. There's tricks
yeah,
I don't like doing, even in a scrape. I don't like doing seat stander scrapes. They just feel weird to me. My knees are all locked up sometimes. It's just a little wonky, yeah. And you
And
do
you
a little
start
dance. I have a
doing
couple
this with the
videos
bike,
of that in it,
and
and
you
I'm like,
think,
I hate it. So it's like I can do it in almost any other position and feel way more comfortable, but
I got here two guys posted up here, 905 Supermoto and Dana Mike, both said that you showed them their first lot. Brother, if you ain't scrape, you don't own the bike. That's Restless
right.
Riders. Ownership comes with a scrape.
Those are the boys. Those are the boys.
What? Yeah.
Shout
Don't
out to
have
Mike.
that extra
Shout out
finger.
to
Oh, okay. Okay, my best thing here that just got posted. So Trish Kitts just posted. What if you don't have that extra
I
finger?
know.
So one of our boys, bro,
I love you.
I literally call him Clutch Finger Tom because he's only got these. And there's not even a knuckle there. The knuckle's missing. So, and I always call him Clutch Finger Tom. And I'm like, people are like, oh, that's pretty rude. I'm like, yeah, well, who the fuck wouldn't call your best friend Clutch Finger Tom? If he was missing a fucking leg, I'd call him Pirate. Like, that's just
for sure.
friends. That's best friends. Best friends harp on each other and bust each other's balls. And yes, if you don't have that extra finger, which I'm still trying to work on for when he comes out this year, because I would really like to get him into like dead stop, bring the bike up, and circle. So he's got to learn how to just get that snap up and get the finger switch over, because he uses the middle finger to do his clutching.
Switch over.
Yeah, so he goes clutch and then switches over. So once he goes into eventually circling, you can circle without a clutch, but when you start
bumping
like
and
really
getting technical, you
circling
definitely
and
start needing that.
Clutch bumping to keep a circle going and take pull out of circles. Technically,
or you're
you
just
need
going to be
that
using
clutch.
way too much brakes,
So, and I
eventually run out of brakes.
My thing, I always tell people, you run out of brake, or you stall the bike out. Your mouse traps, breaks fucking teeth off the fucking bars, which happens constantly. And so I'm still trying to figure out a way if I can get him to at least get up and get into an idle right away, and then get him to learn how to allow the bike to be kind of away from him and use just the brake. So he's kind of dipping the bike and he's kind of away. I think it'll help him keep the bike rotating. I just have to come up with an idea for his exit, because obviously these are your dexterity fingers, three of them, and then these are your strength. These are what hold you, lock you in, right? So, and he can't use these two because then that leaves it's all weak with just a pinky holding on the bar. But we got to get him back out to the lot this year because he's had a year off. So I told him he's got to get his shit together and get back out there. He had his year off. So, but yeah, fingers. Sometimes you need them. Let's see. What trick took you the longest to learn? And here, I'm going to ask you this on two. So on your mini, and then on the mini,
it was always, and even still is one of the scariest tricks for me, and that's pulling a scrape. I will say that took me the longest and like the most amount of confidence, and just wheeling itself was the hardest. Getting the confidence to actually just stay in it and not give it too much brake and all that stuff. Well, like if it were to be a trick, it would definitely be like pulling a scrape or like jumping to the seat, maybe like having those 2 a.m. lot nights with Loki 636, Thomas the Train, those days were some of the best, and like that's where we got most of the progression out. We killed it, and he taught me so much, and nights with so many other people and like just getting them. Oh no, hey, yeah, pull back more, pull back more. You're not even close to balance point. Then jump. Okay, yeah, okay, sweet. And then there was one like really
Yeah.
memorable ride. I would say it was like a little birthday Halloween type ride, and we went out, and then everyone was kind of telling me I mentioned it once saying that I wanted to scrape, and then you especially and like one of the guys that were on the ride, they were like, all right, you're not leaving tonight until you at least touch the tail once. And I didn't even do it. I was
Yeah.
like so close, but we kept going on the ride. It was so good because like that year it was like I worked so hard, and that was my first year of riding. It was awesome to be able to go on this ride finally and wheelie with everyone else that I kind of looked up to, and I was like, holy shit, I learned so much from these guys. I finally got to wheelie with them. It was just so good. It was awesome. It was a great experience, and that's what kind of really kept solidifying my drive to keep going.
And you did. And I just got here.
Yeah.
I know it's not Trish. Trish isn't the one on here. It's freaking Tom. And he's like, I watched Prius fuck his ankle foot beginning of the summer, and by the end of
Yeah.
it, he was hitting balance point, etc. The dude
Thank you
progressed
for
huge.
that, first of all.
Rapster.
Yeah,
See?
that's
Sending you love from everywhere. Oh, we got Five-Star Fox just joined.
But yeah, like definitely for sure. Like that's what I mean. Like I that was my like proving ground. I messaged one of the guys to come out for one of the lot days, and it was actually one of the birthday lot days for Ricky's lot day. And I messaged him and I was like, hey, can I show up? You mind if I come out? And he's like, all right, sure, I guess. And kind of gave me the opportunity to come out, and then I sent it. I pulled it back. I lost it, and I washed out right onto my ankle. And then I thought, oh yeah, maybe it's just a sprain. Everything's okay. I kind of waited a little bit, rode around still the rest of the night. And then the next day, a friend of mine messaged me.
Yeah,
and he's
you
like,
did.
oh, let's go for another ride. And I'm like, oh, my foot's sprained, so I'll take it easy. And me being stupid, I ended up doing another wheelie and falling again. I sent the bike up a tree almost, and then really broke my ankle that time. So like waited a week, and then finally got it checked out, and they were like, yeah, dude, you got messed up. You got messed up pretty bad. But yeah, just from there. Yeah.
That's good.
That's it.
It's just fun, right? I remember that because Ricky's birthday, I ate probably about 6 or 7 grams
was the
throughout the day of mushrooms, and I just kept circling and circling and circling on the Grom.
Yeah.
I couldn't stop circling. I was just like, I'd ride by everybody and I'd like weave into everybody and say, hey, what's up? And then go around the group. Everybody's like, what the hell are you doing? I'm like, or jump off the bike, eat a couple more grams.
Oh, I showed up and that was like,
I love those.
It was for sure one of the funniest like little things I saw. Like I got there and it was like, Joe, I never met Joe ever, and he's so nice coming hanging out and like stuff like that. And you just see him going over and he's munching on the mushrooms, and he's like, he brings up the cake for Ricky and the cake. He's telling me about the cake, and I'm like, oh,
that cake, my God,
that's crazy.
That was
crazy.
7,000 milligrams. 7,000 milligrams THC in that cake. That was a good time. That was definitely a good birthday stash. We had a good day. Big turnout that day.
That was actually one of the coolest sessions I definitely had with everyone, for sure. That's where I got to meet a lot of like some Flav and all them, and I got to meet some of the cooler guys for sure, and like El Jefe, and like, was he out there? Was he out there that day? Yeah, he was. He did come out there that day,
I think. He did show up.
I haven't seen him in so long.
That's an old guy now. Yeah, one or two babies. I can't remember if he had 2 babies yet. I know he has 1 baby, and I think they just moved.
Thank you for that.
North from where he was, because he was just outside.
Teammate, what's up, buddy?
Teammate, Johnny, my guy, what's
How's it
up?
going?
Johnny just jumped on. Teammate,
Oh, he
143.
puts me on.
Johnny, now that's like,
Yeah,
that's
for
getting
sure.
OG, man.
Let me put something on Cooling Cat.
What else we got?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Hey, so it's coming up. I'm gonna bring it up since next Saturday. I'm trying to work on setting up a system here. It's probably not gonna work out the way we were wanting it to, but my next guest is
Okay,
gonna be
next week.
Wheelie Demons. Yeah. So he had to take off, deal with some personal stuff with family, da 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 da. And we've all been seeing social media about them, and it's such that's going on. And I called it controversy the one day, and he was like, "Controversy," and I'm like, "Yeah, bro."
Yeah.
I'm like, "It's controversy."
There's
Yeah, a newbie since 03. See, that's how old they'll. This is Johnny, teammate. He's a newbie since
yeah,
03.
that considers you a newbie, for sure. Not at
I
all.
love it. Right? But yeah, so Wheelie Demons, what is your opinion on the Wheelie
Oof.
Demons thing that's going on right now? So it's a couple people have started up a school, an academy for doing wheelies. They mostly, from what I have been told, he's getting a lot of 50, 45, 50-year-old older gentlemen that want to just learn something new as a, just something new. They've done a lot of other things in life. They want to learn some more. So, and I know for my view on all of this and what I'm seeing is there's a lot of controversy and people think it's a joke. They're calling it a joke, obviously, because it's a set of training wheels. So they laugh at it. Yo.
Thank you.
Coolest cat in the world. Awesome as shit. Love those cats. Naked ass motherfuckers.
She's gonna shut off my camera.
Yeah, like what do you think? What do you think on all of it? I've heard so much. So what is your thoughts?
Well, there's a couple things to it for sure that I think about, like when it comes to like Wheelie Demons and stuff like that. Hey, it's great if they have the licensing, they have the insurance, they have everything like that, and they're kind of doing it as like it's a sideshow kind of attraction, not really taken 100% seriously. What up, Diddy? How's it going, Diddy? Definitely.
Right, Diddy.
Yeah, man. One of the gods,
Diddy
for sure, in my opinion. Like, amazing handling, That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Those circles. Sorry, I just gotta say right now, amazing. That control is insane. But yeah, like if it's used as a sideshow attraction, okay, cool, great, but it's not going to teach you real wheeling. It's not. It's like you're not going to learn your side-to-side control. Right. You're probably going to have like a strap or something that keeps you from going too far back. And then even by that point, like the left and right on those things, like it's a triangle. So those things are going to like teeter-totter and go one way or the other. So it's never going to feel real. It's never going to, it's never going to be legit. But, it can, for what it is, it can teach you, basic control of a bike. It can teach you, picking it up, learning your foot brake, whatever. But I think there should also be a place to learn it properly too.
So you're saying yeah, for sure. So you're saying there is some positive attributes to not becoming a next stunt rider, but giving someone a beginning start into understanding.
There's a business for everything.
There's a business for everything.
And the biggest thing about that is someone's gonna make money out of it. Hey, they beat someone else to that, right? And if they're gonna do it legitly and they're not gonna be cutting corners, they're not gonna be, quote unquote stepping on people's toes in the wrong way, claiming the wrong things. But
Exactly.
if people want to take it to the next level, they better have an avenue to be transitioning into. Okay, you want to learn more advanced level? Okay, here we're gonna refer you to these people, and then okay, they can start teaching you, and blah blah blah
Yep.
blah blah. And like if that works out,
Which
okay,
is great.
that'd be
Which
wicked.
is great.
Private lessons,
Which
stuff like that, awesome. But it's just
right. They could be calling you next, Prius. They could be like, hey, man, I'm going to send some guy to you because he has to learn more and get more involved. He's got this bike with this, blah, blah, blah. Prius, charge him a few $100 and take him to the next level. Are you going to be upset?
no, like if
Probably not.
at the same point, like yeah, it's
Because if he does
yeah,
that,
it is a wheelie machine,
you,
by the way.
giving you
I
the
think,
next substance, giving a platform.
was asking, yeah. It is a wheelie machine that they do have. Like it's like the triangle, the training wheel wheelie machine. Yeah.
It's the training wheels that's done by the Russians over there. There's a Russian company, I can't remember how to say the name, and they built it. So it's like a set of training wheels with a tail off the back, and the sides kind of lift up so that it gives you a slight side to side feel. And then the back end has like a lock in. So when the axle, like when it spins up, it only goes to a certain point, and then the 12 bar hits like a padding from what I've seen. Yeah, like
the one that
because I went and seen it at the show and everything.
Pretty much.
The other day.
Pretty much, yeah.
And myself, I have seen someone bring one to the lot. We seen a guy, and I'll admit, my guys, everybody, we all hammered on the guy laughing because it was just so funny.
It's a big, huge, like little attraction that kind of, it's a big thing you got to take out of your truck. You got to set it up to a bike. And then after all this, it's just like you don't actually get to learn everything. It's just, you're kind of halving it. You're kind of half doing it. And, if you want to learn with this almost next to zero repercussion and, barely learn with it, just learn how to go up and down, essentially. Okay, great. That's it. If you want to spend money on that and if you can afford that. But,
exactly.
Other than that,
to each his own, like, it's not like a lot of the guys say. We got a lot of guys. So, teammate saying the one that dragged people through the lot. Yes, it is. 5 stars. Laugh when he's here. I remember, man, screening, go fall, bro, and come back. Don't make me jump on here from Diddy. But we have someone who wants to jump on. So we're going to have Fox jump on. Because Fox. So it should bring him up. I accepted it. Let's see if it comes up here. Because, hey, having another view on this. I'm on. Work, damn you. There we go.
Not much pain in the bail.
Can we do?
Yeah, no, for sure. And even at the same point, like I've seen some people get really messed up off of doing some slow wheelies for sure. What's up, Fox? What's up? How's it going, bro? Yeah, I see him.
Do you see him right now? Okay, as long as you see him, I can't see him at this section. I don't know why. Instagram does this, but what are you gonna do? Either way, so Fox, I can hear you. Like everybody wants to jump in. Well, you know what? Etiquette's the best one. We're gonna add him as well.
My boy.
Fuck yeah, because Stunner's etiquette, right?
I was in tears. He
was there.
You do remember that day, right?
That looks cool. Let me try that. Because remember, I'm somebody that does not use handbrake, right? So I'm like, let me see if I can do one of these double beggars and all that good stuff. I was like, let me see how it feels. I almost looped the wheelie machine, bro.
Bro, that thing was intense. So teammates got us saying as well, beautiful, thank you. No worries. You ain't joining. You don't want. Okay, Stunner's Advocate doesn't want to join at this time, but that's fine. That's fine. We got you guys. Yeah. So I believe that the wheelie machine could do more harm than good if you run into the many of scenarios we've seen with them.
The wheelie machine it'll just teach you like where your oh shit point is. That's about it.
Yeah, that's really it. If you're gonna teach you like, if okay, balance point, but yeah,
it'll teach you just to flick it right back and where to get on your brake. But if you take that wheelie, if that same guy that learned on the wheelie machine wants to say, hey, you know what? Let me go and try this on my actual bike. Yo, bro, this guy's gonna be a squid, man.
Who's that? Ah, Diddy.
Yo, we got Diddy Lee. Diddy Lee just joined us as well, guys. So this is great. So now we have 2 Canadian riders on, as well as an American rider, which this American rider, my freaking guy, just came back from Verona, Italy. That is like the sickest shit in the world. Like, you know, I thought it was sick that I got to go to Jamaica, because Jamaica, like, it was sick as fuck. But, like, when my guy told me that he was going to Verona, Italy, I was like,
crazy.
Are you kidding me? There was some complications when he got there at the show and stuff happened, which, bless everyone's alive and nobody's dead, no problems like that. But there was some crazy stuff, and he made it there, got to hang out with some insane riders that, like, wow, like,
I'm already
who wouldn't want to hang out with them, have a beer? Yo, Bone Isle Freestyle, our guy, Liam, the Ginger Bubba from Ireland, like Cisco, our guy, friggin', oh, these guys. So, yes, let's get back to it. I'm sorry, Diddy. You're the man. Yeah. Everybody on here knows you're the man. We all know you're a great guy.
Boys. I'm just an old man.
Got a fanboy for sure.
Oh, are you just a newbie from 03 too, like Johnny?
You know what I'm saying? After my second tour, now I might have to figure something else out.
So what's your thought on this Wheelie Demons thing?
Boys, like, the sport evolves, you know? Evolution, if it didn't evolve, we'd still be running fucking junction valve handbrakes and racing 905 and freestyles and nudie cages, you know? So it's just it's good and bad, because obviously it's bad. Like there's an old saying, right? No such thing as a bad student, only a bad teacher. So the teacher says the teacher tells the student to do, the student does. So if you're not a credible rider and you're starting a wheelie school, yeah, I call those people leeches. They're just leeching on the community, trying to make money. You know what I'm saying? Do I agree with the wheelie machine? No, not really. But at the same time, all the wheelie machine is going to teach you is up and down, right? Your up and down balance, your foot brake balance. Yep. It's preventing you from falling side to side. Preach. I tell people, if you want to do that, you could just ride a 4-wheeler, just ride a quad. Yeah. It's going to teach you the exact same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Like, even still,
quad,
bro.
Yeah, get a quad. But at the same time, I mean, they're all like. So here's the thing, boys, is that back when I got into it, stunt riders were the outlaws, right? We were the guys that were fucking bitches, going to school drunk, going to school high. We weren't America's most fucking sought out humans. You know what I'm saying? And now you got stunt riders that are fucking, you know, Comic-Con, fucking Pokemon card playing fucking kids that get a stunt bike, and all of a sudden they're stunt riders. So not everyone's gonna learn the same way as like some of us older guys, you know. So
no,
I guess if you need a tampon to learn how to ride, you know, sure. But at the same time, it is good, because I have seen, you know, I especially if you're an older guy, right? If you're in your 40s or your 50s, or, you know, if your dad, let's say your dad was like, hey man, I want to learn how to fucking wheelie. You're not gonna let old dude. You're not gonna let this old dude go out there and bust his fucking ass, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
you want
100%. I think social media is a big driver for that too.
yeah, you're gonna want your dad or your old uncle or your old next door neighbor that's 55 to be safe when he's out here trying to wheelie. So, you know, because like there was a guy,
Yeah.
this dude was like in his late 50s, man, right? When I lived in Jacksonville, have you ever seen those little like arms that go on your swing arm and it hits your foot brake when you go up so
Yep.
tall? You ever seen
Yeah,
those?
yeah.
So,
Yeah, the
so
little like rollerblade wheels almost. Yeah.
yeah. So there was this
Yeah.
old guy, right? He was like, this dude was a millionaire, bro. He was into drag racing. He was just one of those kids, like one of them rich kids that got into anything adrenaline, right? And when I met
Yep.
this dude, he was like 56, bro, already close to 60. And he bought a Z125. He wanted to learn how to stunt ride. He came to the lot. He was using that thing. And yeah, I would clown on him, but I would still tell him, yo, just keep riding. And within a month, this dude could ride a fucking 3-mile long wheelie, never wheelied in his life, right? Well,
Yup.
he
Seat
fucked up.
time.
He fucked up and he kept that thing on his bike and he showed up to Grom Day. And well, these kids are a little harsh nowadays.
Oh no.
And about 3
Well,
days later, the old man sold his Z125 and never showed his face around it again.
well, that's
So,
the thing. Like, you know, people are gonna want to learn, like, just off of seeing all these videos on social media and stuff like that. They're gonna be like, oh, especially like all these older people. Like, that, my dad was telling me too. Like, my dad does a lot of like actual riding with, you know, all the motorcycle rides. They go out, they go to scenic places and stuff like that. And he was telling me about it. He's like, oh, what did you think about that wheelie demons that's posting a lot everywhere? And I was like, you know, I don't really think I like it that much. And then he goes, well, you know, they have things by the looks of it. So my dad might not like see it. He goes, you know, by the looks of it, it looks like it's all legit and they have everything done proper. I said, okay, if they have everything proper with proper licensing and insurance and stuff like that, and they can use it for what it is, like I said, like a sideshow attraction type thing, then okay. You know, you bring your dad out there and he really wanted to learn how to pick it up because he used to do wheelies in his motocross days, you know, okay, great, go do that. But like for someone that's serious that wants to learn, no, strap up, you know, put your pads on. If you really want to learn, get on mini, get on something that you're comfortable on, learn how to ride the damn bike first, and then start going slow, you know, take it easy.
you know,
Don't
and you know
rush.
what's funny? What's crazy? What's funny is that these wheeling machines really didn't come into play until after the Groms.
Yeah.
Because you figure the first Grom was made in 2015, gentlemen. I've been riding a lot longer than that.
Yeah.
So back in those
The
days,
Honda
like
50s.
a Honda 50. If you like, I always tell people, if riding a 50 or a 70 or an 80 or even a 100, it's like a knife sharpener. It's gonna help you sharpen up your foot brake skill. And like if there's like a hot summer night where you're just chilling, you're bored, go ride the 50. You know, you're not gonna be getting crazy on it, but there's no power and it's all throttle and brake control, right?
Yep.
Which is pretty much stunt riding. So these kids now, you figure you go talk to these kids and you tell them, hey man, go get yourself a CRF 50. I've told people that my entire career. Everyone always asks me, how do I get good, bro? Get a 50. And everyone thinks it's in one ear out the other. They think I'm trying to sabotage them. But I'm like, bro, I'm literally trying to teach you how to get good, but people's egos and their pride get in the way. I don't want to be on a fucking 50. Are you kidding me? That's fucking gay. Yeah, I'm trying to ride. Okay, we'll go get a Grom or go to these wheelie schools and spend all this money. And what's crazy is I have taught many guys how to ride, and I never charged anybody a single dollar. I should have because I'm fucking struggling over here. You know what I'm saying? Broke as fuck.
I feel you.
But at the same time, like I'm not a leech, and like what I tell people is leeches only live in water, bro. And the only way a leech is gonna suck onto you is if you get into the water. So you just don't, you know what I mean? Like there's people that come into the community or that have been in the community that never made a name for themselves. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say any news channels around here, but you know, there's guys that just never made it in the stunt community, and they're finding ways to leech onto the community fucking after their career. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with these wheelie schools. They're trying to make money and they're trying to leech off the community. They're seeing opportunity. They're opportunists. If you see an opportunity to make money, you're gonna jump on it. You know what I mean? Because even me, I've thought about doing a wheelie machine, but like a wheelie machine like what you do at shows where it's on a trailer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For sale. Bro, that's like a $15,000 fucking investment, bro. Like,
that's insane. That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Crazy. It's literally a mini
And
dynamo.
don't get me wrong, I feel that that machine gives you an opportunity as like if you wanted to teach someone basic, you know, you're going to start them off. That's your starting point, a basic, and then you take them to a Grom and you put them out in a lot. After that, I think that is more of a good starting point. But I think what they tried to do was they split that into two and they said, okay, if we put a wheelie machine with a bike in a lot and let it drop back, then it's going to be like skipping that first point of understanding. You could spend 2 hours on one of those wheelie machines in just a stationary one. You could spend fucking 2 hours on that and learn foot brake for sure. Because you're not going anywhere for sure. You're not learning the rest of the situation that you need to know, but the understanding of marrying your throttle, your clutch, and your brake, that definitely I could say is a great starting point to send someone outside onto a Grom or like a 250 like they got in Jamaica, teach them on something like that, because then it's not a ton of power, but it's slightly bigger, and, it gives you that, that way I feel that.
Well,
that's the way I think of it. But you're saying, James, 15K or build your own. And it's still friggin' 15K, you build your own.
The world's gone soft. A lot of these kids are soft nowadays. So, like, when I started stunt riding, you know what I mean? Like, I had a good job. I dropped out of school. I had a good job. I was under my mom's insurance. So the day I started, I had to literally train my brain to say, if I fuck myself up, I got insurance. If I fuck the bike up, I got money to fix it. A lot of people that get into stunt riding don't want to get hurt. And I'm like, that's like wanting to play fucking NFL and never get tackled. Yeah. That's fucking retarded. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna get.
I'm not gonna lie. I did the absolute wrong way. I spent every last dollar. I had to come down to the lot just to, be there for as long as I could. My last 20 in gas to go down there, to put 10 on the CRV and then 10 for the Grom.
Yep.
And then rip down there and then get down there and just ride.
I remember
like, those were the days. I love those. And it's you got to be willing to fall. You got to be willing to.
Johnny calls it the weenie machine.
It's not going to be given to you for sure.
It's the same thing. It's like anything in life, bro. Like I mean, if I guess like I relate everything to fucking, bro, because everyone fucks, right? So it's like stunt riding is like chasing pussy, bro. If you were afraid you were gonna premature Peter, you'd still be a fucking virgin, homie.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You got to take the risk, bro.
Sorry.
You got to take the risk of busting your ass.
50, bro.
Some people loop out. Some people fucking. I've met riders that never even had any bad wrecks. A couple shin bangers. That was it. Where I came from, there wasn't many people that taught me, so I had to learn the hard way. I probably high-sided fucking at least 500 times when I was learning circle wheelies because there's no one here to teach me. But I and that's another thing too, is that the reason why people push, like, I feel like the wheelie machine was made is because at one point there's a lot of egotistical riders that don't want to teach the next generation.
Yeah.
They're like, nah, bro, fuck you. You got to learn it on your own. I learned it myself. Yep. Blah blah blah. And like in my head, I'm like, bro, the only way you're gonna make this shit grow is you got to teach the youth. The kids are the future. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody just woke up one day and was the goddamn wheelie king of the fucking world, bro. No, it doesn't work that way.
That's for sure.
So
that's for sure.
Like in my generation, because I remember, boys, I started early 2000s. So when I started, there was nobody to teach me. It took me longer to learn. But like, I've taught kids how to circle within like a month. A guy that just learned foot brake, I could have him circling within a month, just because, I could watch what they're doing wrong, and as long as you listen to me, I could correct you because I've already been there. I've been to that spot of fucking up. You know what I mean? So, that's another reason why the wheelie machines came about too, because there's people that don't want to help out. There's a lot of people that don't want to. They don't want the next generation to get good. Everybody wants to be the man.
We're gonna be back here. Hey, we're losing, but stay around. I'm gonna bring you guys back in. We got 11 seconds.
Count it down, Bubba.
Okay.
T-minus. I don't think it's gonna end.
4,
Is it gonna end?
3. We're back. Come on, get those followers. Come on, baby. Diddy. Yo, I got you back. Don't worry, Stennis. We had like 30 people on here. We got these guys. They're coming back. Don't worry. Okay, we got Firefox. Or 5-star Fox. My bad. It'll be here. He's coming.
Yo, we back. We back.
I don't know why it hasn't brought you up, man. I don't know why. It just doesn't like you right now.
Why does this guy keep saying I taught him everything, bro? I learned
I
from
know.
these guys.
Yo, I love it.
I learned
Yeah,
from
we
these
get
guys.
it. We get it back. We'll get Diddy back here in a moment. I'm just waiting on Fries. Come on, Fries. I sent an invite. Stupid phones.
I was the rookie the year before last, and Frias got it this year, yo. I'm so happy to hear that, bro. I'm so happy to hear that.
Oh, almost pushed the wrong one.
Fox better
Diddy is not able to
21st
join.
season. Yo, I'm gonna be out, bro. I'm putting a 50 sprocket on this season.
Is that what you say? Is that what you say? You think I'm rookie of the year? Or no.
I think you're rookie of the year.
Oh my God!
Oh, no.
My phone won't show me your faces. I hate this.
I definitely think you're rookie of the year. You have the most
I don't know about
progression
that.
this year.
I don't know about rookie of the year for sure.
You got
Hold on,
the most
hold on.
progression.
I'll respect
Yeah,
that. I'll respect that
you know
for
what?
sure.
He ain't wrong on that. Okay, he's not
Oh.
wrong on that situation
You went
where
from
he's saying
the
that you're
ground
rookie of the
scraping
year.
to mashing up the streets. Like, yo, bro, you got rookie of the year all in my eyes all day long. I don't care what no one has to say, bro.
Oh shit! Did we let Stunt TV in here? I'm waiting for Diddy to get back in
Yeah,
because I love when
Big
Diddy's
respect for
in.
that, Fox. That's big respect, you guys. That's for sure.
Oh, now he says he's the rookie of the year.
Yo, this guy, bro.
This freaking guy. Come on, Diddy.
I might have to change directions of the live stream depending because my phone might die soon, but it's okay. I got a charger close by.
Oh, that's what I got. I got chargers right here. Oh,
I'll take one over. I'll take one
Johnny's
over.
back.
Pass him over.
Johnny's back. Oh, look, hey, look. This is old school. Here you go. Some people said I didn't start it, but I don't give a fuck. Swallow my fucking lungs. Pardon me, I'm trying to be professional. Sorry, we went down on the microphone. And yeah, I had some guy make comments saying that I was doing like on a toaster oven, which cool, I love it. think it's great. More comments, the better. Tell me good shit, because haters gotta hate.
Any publicity is good publicity at the end of the day.
Exactly. Bro, you got Ant Frias? Who's Anthony Frias?
Oh, there's another Frias, bro?
Bro, there's another Frias, my guy. I didn't know there's another Fries. Yo, Anthony Frias, my guy. We don't know who you are, but this is cool that there's a Frias on our Frias interview. Elias unable to join. That's so junk. I'm sorry, Diddy, it's not allowing you to join, my guy.
Yo, fake Frias.
Okay. You know what?
No. That is not for sure. That is a real one.
Not Frias, it's Fries.
Only one allowed. Only one Prius allowed.
I
don't get why it won't allow me to bring him.
No.
Can you?
That's the real one. That's the other real one.
Just watch.
Yo, Frias,
If Diddy, someone just tell Diddy to just watch, and then I'll try adding him in.
Yo, Frias,
and if not, maybe we'll bring on Stunt TV.
What are you gonna be on this season? That's what I'm excited.
Who, me or Frias?
I want both of you actually.
So right now, I'll let you go first, Frias. Go ahead.
No. Please, you please.
Okay,
no.
So right now, I have in my possession 3 bikes. One is up for sale. I'm just finishing off. I gotta order a stator for it, and then the WR400, fully blue plate, everything ready to go. I gotta get rid of that thing, and then it's right now it's the WR250, which I got off of Alamoto Dreaming, and then I got my Grom. Grom is back. I'm rebuilding it, getting it cleaned up. So that'll back, which I just got new plastics I'm super pumped about. I got high
Am.
yellow plastics, so obviously it fits me 100%. Oh, look at this.
Love,
Johnny
love, love.
Teammate,
from Team 8 just
always
saying
respect.
much respect to all of us here in
Always
Canada.
respect.
So big love to Johnny and the boys in the
Big love as
States.
always.
But yeah, so right now I'm going to be running only 2 bikes, but I have a third bike I'm in the midst of getting. So I'm working on a
Got a whole
600.
ass dealership. I
600?
wish. I wish.
Yeah, I'm working on a 600. I just got to
Hell yeah.
move some things around. Yes, redneck is fucked. Just everyone remember that
Thank
when we're
God.
watching the Riding Dirty No Excuses podcast. If you
Yeah.
didn't know, Riding Dirty No Excuses, RDNX, put the two together. That's why I am the host.
Top
And we're
dog.
here with Fox and Frias. So yeah, Frias, hit it up again, bud. Tell me what you got for this year.
I got the old reliable, the old tank, the F4i. She's coming back out for sure.
Oh shit.
I haven't been out. I haven't been out in definitely a little while. I was dealing with some stuff there. Still dealing with some stuff there. You know, the streets will ask you for some payback every once in a while. So you know you got to pay your dues.
Oh,
Got to pay your dues for sure. But no, yeah, for sure. Like the FRI, I'm trying to get a couple other ones in the works, but we'll see what pieces fall into play. It might be electric, might be another little gas one. You know, we can never lean to which
The
way.
Suron. I think you should get a Suron, bro.
Yeah, they're the silent killers, that's for sure. And you know what? Like between the F4i and and like a little Suron or something like that, or even like a Talaria, dude. I'm telling you, I could shred on one of those for sure.
So Johnny just rang his bell. If you ever watch Team 8143's podcast and his lives, he's got a bell. I'm still trying to work out. Obviously, we're cleaning up here because we're going to be more mobile anyways. But I love it. Every time something good goes, he dings a bell. I don't know what I'm going to do for something like that. But, everybody's got to have a thing. And Johnny, thank you
F4i for life.
Thank you for the ding on the F4Is. Actually, since you're on, Johnny, and you're watching, who was the F4I killer that rolled like crazy stoppies on the stock front end with no stabilizer? Post that up in the comments, my guy. Miguel, nice to see you. Oh, we got Team Green. Obviously, everyone loves Team Green. So I'm a Yamaha fan. Everyone knows I like my R6s. I'm a fanatic for Yamaha. If Yamaha made a Grom, I would have bought that shit. Even though I worked at Honda and I got it for the price I got it for, I can't be upset.
I'll say the FZ platform is one of the best in my opinion. I love it. It's a big Grom. It is a big Grom.
So that's what I hear. R7s, the FZs, and I've ridden them. I haven't ridden an R7 yet, but I really want to. But I hear that they're all about the same.
I'll tell you a little story. Yeah, I'll tell you a little story actually. So, Paulie, drop back the doctor, Dr. D,
He
had the FZ with the cage before, and he had it all built out, and then he got rid of it, and then another guy in the community, Moto Mickey, ended up picking it up, and then I ended up seeing it at the lot. We ended up getting talking, and then he goes, "Hey, you want to give it a little rip?" And I was like, "Oh, sweet, sure." So I took it out once, and I was like, "Dude, this thing's way too comfortable. Way too smooth, way too predictable, responsive, and everything." Exactly, they're just nice, smooth torque curve, everything like that. And then I pulled it back around, and I said, "Hey, if I can lower the air pressure a little bit, I'll scrape this right now." And this is my second lap, and I had to lower the air pressure. Everyone's gonna hate me for that, but forget it. And then second lap around, I go back and I pick it up, and I'm like, "Dude, this is just sitting there." And I go, "All right, back, tap it," and I come back around. I'm like, "Dude, you gotta sell me this bike. I'll give you my life right now. I'll give you everything I got." They're just they're too nice. They're too nice. I love them.
But
yeah,
I'm gonna be learning handbrake this season.
Are you finally
Oh, let's do that.
learn
I'm
it?
gonna
Let's
do it.
do that.
I already have everything. I'm just gonna do it. Screw
Well,
it.
shit. It's not like it's hard to fucking find the parts for your bikes,
Right?
bro. Bro, everyone like, okay, everyone's always like, oh man, I'm looking for parts, looking for parts. I'm like, bro, when I have my R6, you don't find parts for R6. You have to build them, or you have to contact guys like Bill Nixon, Bill
Yep.
Dixon,
Joey, you were
sorry,
the
Bill
one that
Dixon,
built me my handbrake bracket for the Grom.
and Cutler. So Cutler, Cutler, he did C4, I think it was called C4, something like that, was his company, and he made Yamaha parts. He was like one of the only guys. I think NDC made a bracket, and that was it. But it was like 400 something bucks for the bracket, and then like you're still spending another. I think it was like another 200 or 300 bucks a piece on the monoblocks. So it was
Holy.
expensive as shit, man. Yamahas, you couldn't find it. Idle control. So I had that was I had to get a hold of was Cutler for that. Yeah,
Oh my god.
he had made a bracket that sat on the side of the throttle body, right where your throttle cables come in, and it like screwed the throttle back slightly to give you that idle control. But the problem with the Yamaha was you had to send your ECU out, but nobody really did the ECUs, and it would cost you about 600 bucks to send it out and get it back,
Holy shit.
and that's American.
That's crazy. That's
That's a
insane.
lot of work.
So it was.
Yeah.
It took me a long time to master that bike, but now that I understood it and I like the flow of that bike, even the stock ones, they pick up like nothing now. They're just twitchy, like the Gixxers, like tiny
They're
T-stunts.
super, super
T-Stunts
twitchy.
gets it. He gets it from me still. He gets it. Because that man is a madman, yo.
Crazy,
He's
crazy,
a
crazy.
madman,
That thing
yo.
is super twitchy. Those bikes are unpredictable as all hell. 1 minute you can be on low power, and then the next you get like just, and you get
Yo,
thrown back there.
T-Stunts.
It's crazy.
T-Stunts,
There,
whenever
you'll
I'm
be
riding
on
with
no
him,
power band, and then you'll be at like peak power.
bro, this guy will flick it to 12, dip it, and just start dancing with it after that. I'm
Yeah,
like, yo.
but you know what's even
And then
crazier?
you see when it just
Tell
comes back.
Yeah.
It just comes back so easily.
No,
It just,
no, no. The even crazier part of that whole situation with T-stunts, my guy, is that guy is doing everything with a fucking tap-in.
It's a tap-in.
He's
It's a
tapping.
It's
bro. It's a tap-in.
a
He's a
fucking tap-in.
tapping.
I've
I
known
rode
that
the bike.
guy
I
for
rode the
10
bike,
fucking years, and
and I felt the
he's
foot
still
brake
running
going
a
down.
fucking tap-in.
Okay, I will say, Joey, you were the one that made my bracket for the Grom that got me off the tap-in life for the Grom.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was rocking the tap-in. I loved it. But you know what? Like, it's a whole nother ball game when you get off it. And, like, you know, all the love for freaking T-stunts for the junction valve. Yeah, that's
We're on the
insane.
highway. We're on the highway, and we're dipping it back, bro. We're dipping it. I'm in stagger, and he's in a double pegger, and we're dipping it back. And every time I see him touch his brake, I see the foot peg lever go like this. Like, yo, that's actually crazy, bro. That is crazy.
Yeah, he's wild. Okay. Yeah, junction valve. Yeah. Johnny, junction valve, my guy. This guy is insane. I have like at least 9 to 10 years I've been riding with him. Maybe longer. I think maybe it's 11. No. Shit, it's almost 12. And dude, I'm like,
Yeah, that's some OG stuff
every
for
time
sure.
I see him come out and he starts doing shit at the lot, I'm like, bro, are you still running a tap? And he goes, yeah, there he is. He
Yeah.
just joined.
Yup.
I'm going to see if this is going to work. We're back. Come on. Get those followers. Come on, baby. Diddy. Yo, I got you back. Don't worry, Stennis. We had like 30 people on here. We got these guys. They're coming back. Don't worry. Okay, we got Firefox. Or 5-star Fox. My bad. It'll be here. He's coming.
Yo, we back. We back.
I don't know why it hasn't brought you up, man. I don't know why it just doesn't like you right now.
Why does this guy keep saying I taught him everything, bro? I learned
I
from
know.
these guys.
Yo, I love it.
I learned
Yeah,
from
we
these
get
guys.
it. We get it back. We'll get Diddy back here in a moment. I'm just waiting on Fries. Come on, Fries. I sent an invite. Stupid phones.
I was the rookie the year before last, and Frias got it this year, yo. I'm so happy to hear that, bro. I'm so happy to hear that.
Oh, almost pushed the wrong one.
Fox better
Diddy is unable to
21st
join.
season. Yo, I'm gonna be out, bro. I'm putting a 50 sprocket on this season.
Is that what you say? Is that what you say? You think I'm rookie of the year? Or no.
I think you're rookie of the year.
Oh my God!
No.
My phone won't show me your faces. I hate this.
I definitely think you're rookie of the year. You have the most
I don't know about
progression
that.
this year.
I don't know about rookie of the year for sure.
You got
Hold on,
the most
hold on.
progression.
I'll respect
Yeah,
that.
for
I'll respect that
you know
for
what?
sure.
He ain't wrong on that. Okay, he's not wrong on that situation
You went
where
from
he's saying
the
that you're
Grom to
rookie of the
scraping
year.
to mashing up the streets. Like, yo, bro, you got rookie of the year all in my eyes all day long. I don't care what no one has to say, bro.
Well, should we let Stunt TV in here? I'm waiting for Diddy to get back in
Yeah, I guess
because I love when
Big
Diddy's
respect for
in.
that, Fox. That's big respect, you guys. That's for sure.
Oh, now he says he's the rookie of the year.
Yo, this guy, bro.
This freaking guy. Come on, Diddy.
I might have to change directions of the live stream depending because my phone might die soon, but it's okay. I got a charger close by.
Oh, that's what I got. I got chargers right here. Oh,
I'll take one over. I'll take one
Johnny's
over. Yeah,
back.
pass him over.
Johnny's back. Oh, look, hey, look. This is old school. Here you go. Some people said I didn't start it, but I don't give a fuck. Swallow my fucking loads. Pardon me, I'm trying to be professional. Sorry, we went down on the microphone. And yeah, I had some guy make comments saying that I was doing like on a toaster oven, which cool, I love it. think it's great. More comments, the better. Tell me good shit, because
Hey,
haters gotta hate.
Any publicity is good publicity at the end of the day.
Exactly. Bro, you got Ant Frias? Who's Anthony
Yo, there's
Frias?
another Frias, bro.
Bro, there's another Frias, my guy. I didn't know there's another Fries. Yo, Anthony Frias, my guy. We don't know who you are, but this is cool that there's a Frias on our Frias interview. Diddy Lee is unable to join. That's so junk. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Diddy. It's
funny.
not allowing you to join, my guy.
Yo, fake Frias.
You know what, my
No,
guy?
no. That is not for sure. That is a real one.
Not Frias, it's Fries.
Only one allowed. Only one Prius allowed.
No.
I don't get why it won't allow me to bring him.
No.
Can you?
That's the
if you
real
can
one.
watch,
That's the other real
Diddy,
one.
just watch.
Yo, Frias,
If Diddy,
question.
someone just tell Diddy to just watch, and then I'll try adding him in.
Yo, Frias,
And if not, maybe we'll bring on Stunt TV.
what are you gonna be on this season? That's what I'm excited.
Who, me or Frias?
I want both of you actually.
So right now, I'll let you go first, Frias. Go ahead. You go first.
No. Please, you please.
Okay,
No,
so
me
right
not first.
now, I have in my possession 3 bikes. One is up for sale. I'm just finishing off. I gotta order a stator for it, and then the WR400, fully blue plate, everything ready to go. I gotta get rid of that thing, and then it's right now it's the WR250, which I got off of Alamoto Dreaming. And then I got my Grom. Grom is back. I'm rebuilding it, getting it cleaned up. So that'll
Oh, yeah.
which I just got new plastics. I'm super pumped about. I got high
Amped.
yellow plastics, so obviously it fits me 100%. Oh, look at this.
Love,
Johnny
love, love.
Teammate.
from Team 8 just
Always
saying
respect.
much respect to all of us here in
Always
Canada.
respect.
So big love to Johnny and the boys in the
Big love
States.
as always.
But yeah, so right now I'm going to be running only 2 bikes, but I have a 3rd bike I'm in the midst of getting. So I'm working on a
Got a
600.
whole ass dealership. I wish. I wish.
Yeah, I'm working on a 600. I just got to
Hell yeah.
move some things around. Yes, redneck is fucked. Just everyone remember that
Thank
when we're
God.
watching the Riding Dirty No Excuses podcast. If
Yeah.
you didn't know, Riding Dirty No Excuses, RDNX, put the 2 together. That's why I am the host.
Top
And we're
notch.
here with Fox and Frias. So yeah, Frias, hit it up again, bud. Tell me what you got for this year.
I got the old reliable, the old tank, the F4i. She's coming back out for sure.
Oh shit.
I haven't been out in definitely a little while. I was dealing with some stuff there, still dealing with some stuff there. You know, the streets will ask you for some payback every once in a while, so you know you got to pay your dues. Got to pay your dues for sure. But no, yeah, for sure. Like the F4i, I'm trying to get a couple other ones in the works, but we'll see what pieces fall into play. It might be electric, might be another little gas one. You know, we can never lean to which
The
way.
Suron. I think you should get a Suron, bro.
They're the silent killers, that's for sure. And you know what? Like between the F4i and and like a little Suron or something like that, or even like a Talaria, dude. I'm telling you, I could shred on one of those for sure.
So Johnny just rang his bell. If you ever watch Team 8143's podcast and his lives, he's got a bell. I'm still trying to work out. Obviously, we're cleaning up here because we're going to be more mobile anyways. But I love it. Every time something good goes, he dings a bell. I don't know what I'm going to do for something like that. But, you know, everybody's got to have a thing. And Johnny, thank you
F4i for life.
Thank you for the ding on the F4Is. Actually, since you're on, Johnny, and you're watching, who was the F4I killer that rolled like crazy stoppies on the stock front end with no stabilizer? Post that up in the comments, my guy. Miguel, nice to see you. Oh, we got Team Green. Obviously, everyone loves Team Green. So I'm a Yamaha fan. Everyone knows I like my R6s. I'm a fanatic for Yamaha. If Yamaha made a Grom, I would have bought that shit. Even though I worked at Honda and I got it for the price I got it for, I can't be upset.
I'll say the FZ platform is one of the best in my opinion. I love it. It's a big Grom. It is a big Grom.
So that's what I hear. R7s, the FZs, and I've ridden them. I haven't ridden an R7 yet, but I really want to. But I hear that they're all about the same.
I'll tell you a little story. Yeah, I'll tell you a little story actually. So, Paulie, dropped back the doctor, Dr. P,
I was about to say it, bro.
He had the FZ with the cage before, and he had it all built out, and then he got rid of it, and then another guy in the community, Moto Mickey, ended up picking it up, and then I ended up seeing it at the lot. We ended up getting talking, and then he goes, "Hey, you want to give it a little rip?" And I was like, "Oh, sweet, sure." So I took it out once, and I was like, "Dude, this thing's way too comfortable. Way too smooth, way too predictable, responsive, and everything." Exactly, they're just nice, smooth torque curve, everything like that. And then I pulled it back around, and I said, "Hey, if I can lower the air pressure a little bit, I'll scrape this right now." And this is my second lap, and I had to lower the air pressure. Everyone's gonna hate me for that, but forget it. And then second lap around, I go back and I pick it up, and I'm like, "Dude, this is just sitting there." And I go, "All right, back, tap it," and I come back around. I'm like, "Dude, you gotta sell me this bike. I'll give you my life right now. I'll give you everything I got." They're just they're too nice. They're too nice. I love them.
But
yeah,
I'm gonna be learning handbrake this season,
Are you finally
Oh, let's
gonna
do that.
learn
I'm
it?
gonna
Let's
do it.
do that.
I already have everything. I'm just gonna do it. Screw
Well,
it.
shit. It's not like it's hard to fucking find the parts for your bikes,
Right?
bro. Bro, everyone like, okay, everyone's always like, oh man, I'm looking for parts, looking for parts. I'm like, bro, when I have my R6, you don't find parts for R6. You have to build them, or you have to contact guys like Bill Nixon, Bill
Yep.
Joey, you were
sorry,
the
Bill
one that
Nixon,
built me my handbrake bracket for the Grom.
and Cutler. So Cutler, Cutler, he did C4, I think it was called C4, something like that, was his company, and he made Yamaha parts. He was like one of the only guys. I think NDC made a bracket, and that was it. But it was like 400 something bucks for the bracket, and then like you're still spending another. I think it was like another 200 or 300 bucks a piece on the monoblocks. So it was
Holy.
expensive as shit, man. Yamahas, you couldn't find it. Idle control, so I had that was I had to get a hold of was Cutler for that. Yeah,
Oh my God.
he had made a bracket that sat on the side of the throttle body, right where your throttle cables come in, and it like screwed the throttle back slightly to give you that idle control. But the problem with the Yamaha was you had to send your ECU out, but nobody really did the ECUs, and it would cost you about 600 bucks to send it out and get it back,
Holy shit.
and that's American.
That's crazy. That's
That's a
insane.
lot of work.
So
Yeah.
it took me a long time to master that bike, but now that I understood it and I like the flow of that bike, even the stock ones, they pick up like nothing now. They're just twitchy, like the Gixxers, like tiny
They're
T-studs.
super, super
T-Stunts
twitchy.
gets it. He gets it from me still. He gets it. Because that man is a madman, yo.
Crazy, crazy, crazy.
Madman,
That thing
yo.
is super twitchy. Those bikes are unpredictable as all hell. 1 minute you can be on low power, and then the next you get like just, and you get
Yo,
thrown back there. It's crazy.
T-Stunts,
There,
whenever
you'll
I'm
be
riding
on
with
no
him,
power band, and then you'll be at like peak power.
bro, this guy will flick it to 12, dip it, and just start dancing with it after that. I'm
Yeah,
like, yo,
but you know what's even
And
crazier?
then you see when it just comes back.
Yeah.
It just comes back so easily.
No,
It just,
no. No. The even crazier part of that whole situation with T-Studs, my guy, is that guy is doing everything with a fucking tap-in.
it's a tapping.
He's tapping.
It's a,
Bro. It's a tapping.
a
He's a
fucking tap-in.
tapping.
I've known that guy for 10 fucking years, and
I felt the
he's
foot
still
brake
running
going
a
down.
fucking tap-in.
Okay, I will say, Joey, you were the one that made my bracket for the Grom that got me off the tap-in life for the Grom.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was rocking the tap-in. I loved it. But you know what? Like, it's a whole nother ball game when you get off it. And, like, you know, all the love for freaking T-Stunts for the junction valve. Yeah, that's insane.
We're on the highway, and we're dipping it back, bro. We're dipping it. I'm in stagger, and he's in a double pegger. And we're dipping it back. And every time I see him touch his brake, I see the foot peg lever go like this. Like, yo, that's actually crazy, bro. That is crazy.
Yeah, he's wild. Okay. Yeah, junction valve. Yeah. Johnny, junction valve, my guy. This guy is insane. I have like at least 9 to 10 years I've been riding with them. Maybe longer. I think maybe it's 11. No. Shit, it's almost 12. And dude, I'm like,
yeah, that's some OG stuff
every
for
time
sure.
I see him come out and he starts doing shit at the lot, I'm like, bro, are you still running a tap? And he goes, yeah, there he is. He just joined. I'm going to see if this is going to work. Sorry, everybody. We lost the good shit. Okay, there's one. You can only have 3 hosts. I know. They're invited. They're all invited. So let's go. Let's go. Stupid freaking Instagram. T-Stunts. I see you guys. I don't know why it's unable to join. It's being stupid. I'm sorry, everyone, for tonight. They're being unoriginal. Instagram. Always killing us. I don't know why it keeps booting and destroying us, but it's stupid. Yo, I hear someone.
Yo, you're busy, but yo, I'll put you in. I'm cooking bacon, you know.
Yo, dog, that's
Little man,
fine, my guy.
little man
People can
was
see you.
hungry.
And we got
There we go.
it's
Even my
okay.
boy was saying, he's like, mask up, and I'm like, yo, I have nothing to hide, bro. Everybody done knows me.
No, my
I've been
guy.
Yeah,
dead.
everybody knows me. Everybody knows me, but I got my own stuff.
The world knows, my guy. They
Who's
already
that
know.
masked up? 'Cause I don't even know.
The people who know me already know me. The people who don't know me will eventually. So, you know, keep it that way. How you been? Look at this guy making some food.
Bro, little man's 8, now it's my turn.
Yes,
That's
man.
it.
Good man.
My
Cooking
guy,
bacon
gotta
at
take
9
care of the
o'clock at
boys.
night, bro.
Kids come first, my guy. Yo,
Yeah, I heard you guys were
let me get him in.
Yeah, I heard everybody was talking about the tapping, because I remember years ago everybody was hating on me for that.
Buddy, it's
No,
still
man.
the
The tapping I
craziest
love.
thing. Still the
I love
craziest
it.
thing, bro.
You know me, I trust that thing with my high chairs, everything. High wind.
Honestly, I will say a
like-
perfectly done tap-in setup. There's you can't beat it. It's the same as a normal setup. It's just adding an extra line to add pressure. I don't find a difference.
It's not the same, my guy. It's not the same. For when
I
you're
find
doing,
it the
so
same.
okay, Tiny, my guy. I'm gonna ask you this question because you're running tapping. How long you been riding?
Oh my God, it's kind of funny. I couldn't even tell you now, but I've probably been stunting for, well, what am I going on, 10 years maybe now?
Easy, bro. Easy 10 years because I think I've known you like 11 because I started coming down like 2014, 15 to the city. So
Yeah, it's been quite a
around
while.
there. And you were running tapping then. So I'm not gonna not bashing your progression, but you're still not circling fully
No, okay. I'm
tight.
gonna be, okay, see, that's where the tapping can kind of come into play. I'm not gonna lie. So,
So understanding your clutch, this is where I'm gonna give the pointer of my thought is understanding a clutch in your instance. If you tighten up your circle enough and start clutch bumping, you can do a circle because now your brake is now double and more when you start to pop that clutch in. So you're getting more brake because now it's taking that pressure from the motor off of the tank and off that back wheel, and it's just allowing that brake to do the weight. So I think that might work for you, but go on. I believe that it like that.
okay, so
Right? It's
don't get me wrong, because I'm not.
hold you back.
See, don't get me wrong. I'm not like nowhere near you guys. Hold on, give me a second. I'm just going to go off. But anyway, so I've noticed when I am trying circles though, it doesn't give me the force that I need to when I'm going super slow.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I get that.
I remember, if you remember, when my Gixxer was blue and white.
Oh yeah,
I
do.
Jay had to fix it a few times and I ended up putting on the 12 bar because of that. But literally, I would probably say I would get, like, in the session, I would get about 20 minutes, and as soon as I'm done 20 minutes, I'm already starting to get brake fade, and then it would just come back on. And like I said, I'm not that great at circling and whatever, right? Everything I've got is I've just excelled constantly doing progression over and over and over, and then I
Yeah.
get better at it, right? So
Okay, yeah.
circles,
Now you say that, yeah, 100%. When I was using tap in, yeah, you'll definitely run out, especially when you're standing on the back of the bike and you got so much more pressure coming back. You're definitely gonna
yeah,
wear out your brake a lot more. You're not gonna have 100% pressure like you would with, say, like a 2 or 4 piston caliper. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like even like a P34 is a step above running that, but at the same point, something's better than nothing, and it teaches you a base level of control, and it teaches you a lot more, and you can even take that past the point of what the inline can do for you, what the tap-ins and the junction valves, what all those things can do for you. But like, yeah, I get both sides, 100%, 100%.
But so personally, like for what I do right now, 100%, I'm liking my setup, but I'm not going to deny that eventually, because I don't know, everyone looks at me like I'm 26 still, but I'm fucking 40. This March I'm turning 48. So I have 5 kids. Yeah,
So what
bro.
are we doing
So
for your birthday?
yeah, so I'm getting old, but I'm hoping this summer, if not this summer, depending on just my life. I've been having a lot of shit to deal with in my life, so which has
Yeah.
been slowing down my stunting career, or I wouldn't call it career, but we call it whatever we want to call it. So I'm hoping by the next 2 years to get back in the lot. And another thing, I've always wanted to learn, which I haven't put enough time in, is drifts. So I want to put more time in the drifting and the circles, and then that I want that's when I'm actually going to buy the handbrake setup. I'll have a 4 piston, the whole 9 yards,
Oh
ready to
yeah.
go, and then we'll go from there, right?
Yeah. For
As of
sure.
right now, and that's the other thing too. Having 5 kids with 4 different women and always struggling to pay for everything. A tap in has been like the best thing for me,
Bro.
Yeah.
especially like when I liked Cowies. Like I was popping motors every year, and then I was like having to deal with that, let alone having to switch bikes and then having to switch hand bracket. What do you call those? The brackets for different style bikes
Yeah.
and all that shit. It got expensive, right? So with the tap in, there's only the 2 pieces, which I have both, the round one and the teardrop, right?
Yeah.
And as long as
Yeah.
you have a front handbrake, you're good to go. You literally any bike, you can put it on any bike. So
That's right.
Oh
um,
yeah, for sure, 1,000%.
and that's the thing is I've just found it cheap, easy, and for everything that I could do, I trust it. It's been amazing for me. You
Hey,
know what I mean?
you've impressed me over the years, my guy.
Yeah,
You've
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
but, it's tea time though. Like I'll be honest, and you know me because I'm always on the streets. It's like, and I don't hit much lot in a sense, so I'm not as more. You know how like when we hit the lots, we kind of tend to go savagery. So in other words, what I mean by that is I prefer to go to the lot with the trailer because I know or I don't have that in the back of my head is okay, well I gotta go home, I gotta take this bike home. I'm more careful on how I stunt. Whereas when I take a
Yeah.
trailer or a truck, you know me, I'm pure savage. I don't give
bro,
a
you
fuck. We'll
beat the
send
snot
bikes
out of
flipping.
her and lay her down.
I stand
Exactly,
so
right?
much on that too. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, because like me, especially when I was bringing my CRV everywhere and I was doing everything with that, I had so much quote unquote disregard for the bike and myself because I knew I could just hop in the car, I could take it home, and I'll be fine. But if I have the bike on me and I'm out at the lot and I crash, I gotta get the bike home somehow.
I did
I
that.
gotta make sure someone's got a truck. Yeah.
I've
So
done that
And
times, my guys.
but yeah,
Get
it's
to the
not fun.
lot,
It's not
go park, and then I'm like, fuck. And then I'm like, I gotta ride home. And I just crash the
you
bike,
know.
pick up, zip tie this, zip tie that.
But yeah, and then not riding a lot as much, being on the streets. Like you remember how it was when I first could do my stand-ups. I was just killing streets with it. And then eventually, like anything else, because that's how I ride everywhere. You know me, literally. Like if
Yeah.
I'm gonna drive somewhere to go pick up a chick or whatever, I'm not really taking my bike. You know what I mean? Like I prefer to take my car. If I'm taking my bike, I'm always on one. I'm always doing burnouts. It's just my bike is just my savagery moment or whatever you want to call it, right?
It's your release.
So exactly. So when you do the same thing over and over, even on the streets, you get bored.
Yeah.
So that's
Oh,
how
yeah.
it was. And then it just started getting, okay, let me take my feet off this way. Let me take my foot off this way. Okay, let me start jumping a little bit,
Yeah.
And then I added everything into it. And now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I'm that great, but I'm still happy where I'm at, where I can do
Bro,
like
where
5
you're
to
at,
10 tricks in a combo. You know what I mean? So
you got
Yeah,
tons
like
of them,
people.
bro. You got tons.
Yeah, you don't have to like. I'm always a big person of like. You don't have to always. If you're not that type of person, you don't always have to keep. Like, always have to go for crazy tricks. Always have to go for something next. You can always just be comfortable with what you're doing, as long as you've reached what your internal goal has
Yeah.
kind of set for you.
okay,
You're there. And if
good
you
that
want
we're
to
on,
push yourself out of those limits, do it. But like,
good that we're on Instagram. Hopefully, a lot of people are watching. I know it's not a lot, but
We got
bro,
10 so
another
far.
thing
We
is,
put
in
it
the
up.
beginning when I was like that, everybody hated on me. Remember? Oh, Tiny with the double peggers. Remember? I was like, oh, go fuck
I,
yourself. I'm like, I could do fucking high chairs longer than you can wheelie, and you're bothering me about my double peggers because I'm always on double peggers. It's just comfortable for me. It's what I enjoy.
That's right. It's
exactly.
like,
I love the double peggers. I'm a double pegger advocate for sure. You can clown on it all you want, but you got to learn somewhere. And those scrapes, my double pegger scrapes, I love them. And
you
I'm
know
gonna
what?
eventually do some fun stuff with it. But
Hey, I'm gonna put a guy on blast because he's a mega double pegger scrape fan, and both of you could say his name. You know him,
oh,
Savage Ricky.
Oh, Ricky.
oh
Savage
yeah, oh
Ricky
yeah.
loves his double pegger scrapes. He will throw
Yeah, he's been getting
those
sick with
forever
it.
too.
Yeah.
He's pretty
And
dope with
even on
it.
the Grom one night, my guy. So, Sassy Loki just posted Ricky. So one night we were at the lot. If you go to Savage Ricky's page, take a look, follow his ass up, subscribe, all that shit. That
Thomas,
we sent one night
the G.
Ricky lot on his on the Grom, and he was throwing scrapes, second and third gear scrapes, throwing them and throwing them and throwing them. They were getting longer and longer and longer. Throws was like, say one last one, throws one, comes back, goes, okay, one more, throws another one. It was got to be like midnight.
Famous last words right there.
He kept saying it, and then he freaking one just puts out from underneath him, and he lands, and it kind of tumbles, gets up, pulls his glove off, and the fucking meat of his palm is half dangling off. I'm like, holy. I'm like, Ricky, I'm like, you need to go to the hospital. He goes, no, it's good. I'm like, oh, dude, like, they have to, like, sew that up. He's like, I'm like, bro. I grabbed the bike from him. I'm like, go to the fucking hospital. So I'm sitting there, I'm like rolling his bike over because I'm like, I'll take your bike home. You just go. Like, I don't care. I'll take the bikes with me, and then we'll meet up later because we're going to go riding anyways. So
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, Johnny from Team A, just so you know, Tiny says, yo, big ups to you on the junction route. But yeah, yes. And so I'm going to load the bike, and Ricky comes up. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? He's like, I'm going to help you load. I'm like, bro, go the fuck to the hospital, bro. Your hands up. And he's like, okay, fine. Bro, calls me. So we got all the footage of it and everything, which we put up I think I put it on mine, and I think he put it on his. And just you're going to keep riding. Those are those guys. And it was a double pegger scrape that he up on, but he still does them, still to this day. And if you
Miguel
watch videos, 90% of them are double pegger scrapes.
Hey,
Miguel
they're
just
they're
Miguel
they're the
just posted
classic.
Miguel just posted in the chat. He's like, tell Tiny to talk about the London incident. So take this in. I'm in a wheelie. Yo, this is fucked up, bro. So I'm in a wheelie, and we're in London, and this car comes like London streets. I don't know if you kind of picture it in your head, where it's like almost like the country streets. So you have the yellow line in the middle. You have one lane, obviously my lane, and then the opposite lane is coming the other way, and you literally have gravel road beside
Yeah,
you. So that's all you have, right? Okay, well, out of nowhere, this guy goes in oncoming traffic as I'm in a wheelie, bro, and comes like right in front of me, like cuts, like almost was gonna hit me. So, and then braked in front of me. I go around him, so now I'm in front of him. Now I'm in mid wheelie. I don't know. Everybody listens to music, so I'm jamming to my music, thinking, "Bro, what the fuck's going on? Maybe I should put my bike down." As I'm thinking this, dog, this guy comes the second time, bro. And this is, I don't know if you remember, when I first got my 13, back when the 13s were still 636s.
Yeah.
I had the blackout one. Bro, it's brand new. This guy just smoked, no cage, nothing. Smokes my bike, bro. As I'm in the air in the sorry, I'm in a wheelie. He hits me. My bike goes over his car, starts fucking somersaulting in front of his car, bro.
Oh,
And then, yeah, bro, it was, I can't even explain that incident. But yeah, he wanted me to talk about that. So I was like, yeah, I got smoked by some guy. Guaranteed probably some biker fucked his bitch or something, but
probably. Hey, we remember those. Just like
on
Cat
purpose, bro.
back in the day.
And you know me, bro. Nothing's gonna stop me, bro.
No, no.
I'll give a fuck.
Wild days, wild days and nights.
You know?
Fox
I'll tell-
was here. Sorry, Mizzle. Fox was here, but it keeps not allowing him back in. I don't know why. So let's see if we can get him back. Fox. No. When he comes back, we'll see if we can get him in.
It's kind of funny how we're talking about handbrake setups, and I'm looking right here. I guess it's gonna be my next one that's gonna go on my handbrake setup for my fucking jigsaw. Just check.
No handbrakes needed if you're good enough. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Yeah.
you don't even know about the new bike.
What?
You don't even know about my new bike.
Is it another Gixxer?
No, this is not a bike. You're probably gonna be like, you're an idiot for buying it, but I got a.
Do you
No,
got
I wish.
old like 636s lying around that are just beat up sitting there?
I wish, bro. If I did, I'd have a spare lot bike. But I got the
Right?
Aprilia RSV4, the 16.
Oh shit! Nice.
It's just
Thinking
so
of
you
building.
can rip around like a dumbass.
Okay, you're gonna laugh. But remember how we were just talking? I got a great deal on it. That's why I bought it. But fucking you know how we were just talking about money situations for me, and I've had it where, bro, the worst part is like when you're on a long weekend and you crash your bike at a stunt fucking spot or whatever. Your bike's done, you can't get parts, and then you want to ride that weekend. It's like I gotta wait now for 2 weeks. I'm already all fucked up, but at the end of the day, you just want to be on a bike.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like my spare bike. Like if I ever fuck up my Gixxer, I can always just come home. Because you know how the man them are. They're obviously going to pick up my bike and drop my bike off at home. So as soon as we drop my bike off at home, I have another bike to get on and fucking still have fun with you guys.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. And there's always like Paulie said, you know, you gotta have a B bike. You gotta have something else to pick out, even if it's
So I
something.
got
You
the
know,
Grom and the WR.
that's it.
So
Honestly.
that's why.
And you know what? I've been debating on throwing down on like a little 150 or a little 250. You know, the little CRF. I love them. They're so much fun. They're so like quick and nimble.
Yeah.
I'd have to put like a sumo setup on that thing, and like I could not run the knobbies on that. I'm not one of those guys. That's a little too sketchy for me.
Right.
I know I gotta take my 250. You gotta fix that carb still. Carb's still fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh, my wife, remember?
Okay, so
I just
now that I'm eyeing it.
Are you?
Yeah, Doug. So okay, I gotta go down and visit Maddie this week.
Where's he?
He's out Mississauga way.
Oh, okay. When you said that, I'm thinking like you're going to Jamaica or some shit.
No, dude, if I had that kind of money, I'd be bringing the wife with me. I still. Hey, so everyone's got to understand this, and I love Diddy because Diddy's been invited me to go to Jamaica for his birthday, and I'd love to.
Hey, Fox is back. What's up?
Fox back. But yeah, fuck.
What did they say? Outside, you know, the girl them outside?
Yeah, outside. Fully done, you know.
Fully done.
Fully done.
Fully done.
active.
Yeah.
Hersker. That's for the boys in Jamaica, you know. What can we do here in the U.S. to help the stunt culture up in Canada? Team 8 Johnny just asked that, boys.
Man,
There's
that's a hard question.
Open up a
Smoke
shop.
will be across the
Sell
border,
stunt
so I can
Are
come
you guys
stunt with you guys. How
come
about
out
that?
here more? You guys take the trip up here. You know, come up for the ride.
Open
You
up
know,
You know what?
shop out here that sells stunt parts.
putting
It's
on
hard,
more
right?
putting on more Canadian riders out there is just pretty much my take.
We need
Tired of waiting 2
someone
months
up
to
here
get
that's going to
get
do it,
parts.
guys. That's the problem. We need a guy up here that has a connection, direct connection, has a shop. You go there, you're like, oh shit, I want an Impact Tech cage. Okay, you go to the shop, he's got an Impact Tech cage for your Gixxer or your this or that, sitting
Yeah,
here waiting,
exactly.
ready to go. I believe 100% in that. You know what we need is we need
Grab
an
and go.
indoor lot that's not far from around Toronto and
In
area.
the center
That,
of all of us.
that's like in the center of Ontario to start, because obviously it's a bigger community here that we know of.
Yeah.
I know BC and all that has communities there. There's lots of guys. You know, set up a spot and have a guy that sets up a shop, just like Joyride. Joyride 150 is sick, bro. You go there, they have the whole park, and they have like party rooms. They have rental bikes. They have it's called the Boiler Room. It's a shop there. That's what you need. You go in, you buy. Oh look, there's grips on the wall. All the rental grips for the guys that like rentals. All the freaking pro taper bars. And you know, you got like everything that you would need. Everything Impact Tech, from like their cages, their clip-ons, everything's set up on the wall.
That takes a lot of this though. That takes a lot of this.
It does.
A lot of the greenery. And you gotta get the cops on our side for sure. That's another thing too, is like it's so demonized here where it's not viewed as even anywhere close to a sport in the slightest sense. We're looked at as like hoodlums and all this stuff. So definitely kind of starting the conversation to make it change in the view is going to be a big thing.
So that's where Team 8 Johnny and UGK and MG Stunts. MG Stunts is the owner operator of Cock Stunt Parts. This is where they were saying that, you know, like the professional level, there's guys that want to be on the professional level, and then there's the guys that want to do the kill streets all day long, fuck cops, blah, 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 blah. Which everybody wants to say fuck cops, especially the cops. These shit people who were just even riding and, you know, we're like off to the side, our little pack doing our thing, you know, not in anybody's way. I get that. There's both sides to it that screw us. So you got the young guys that are coming in, say, being on the little pit bikes that go up and down the streets, and they're causing havoc to the guys that are on dirt bikes. Don't get me wrong, the dirt bike guys, they do their thing, they're great at it, blah, 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 blah. But, you know, some of the shit that's happened with these. For us in the Canadian scene, I think our biggest downfall was 2016. It hurt our community because 2016 started it, and then the next generation of young kids started getting cars, and 2019 and 20 happened, and they got into these takeovers, and it just flattened our thing. Like, we were starting.
I was very much in the car scene in like 2014, 2015, 2016, you know, right when I got my license and stuff like that. And there's a couple prominent videos online of my car and stuff like that. And if people who know me from the cars, they know me well because of my car and, you know, and stuff like that. But it's definitely when there was definitely even a culture shift, even within like the car group and stuff. When they started going from like, oh, the car meets to the runs, like the regular runs where they would go and do some passes and stuff like that. Okay, great. And then it started transitioning into people that were going to the runs. A lot more of the kids were showing up, and then they were starting doing like takeover style stuff. and then it started turning into more of the takeover scene, and then like H2O, and then it kind of blew up into everything that kind of happened up in like even up in, what do you call it, with Sega, with H2O that was going on up
Oh,
there,
yeah,
and
yeah,
they were
yeah,
doing like
bro. When they freaking jumped
burnouts
on
and
the
messing with the
cruiser.
cops. Yeah, everything like that, man. And and that was
That's,
kind of the slow rise of all of that, like bad taste in the mouth of of all that kind of culture and scene. So
it's
it's pretty
the
crazy.
entitled kids, but these kids that have like this, it's partially influencer money. It's partially parents' money. And see, he says here, teammate, you guys have a lot of takeovers. Yeah, it does. It's like you said, there's the professional side, guys who want to do a career out of it. Like myself, I love everything. I love both aspects. I'm starting to transition from one side to the other more and more and more. I've done different styles of street riding over the years with different groups of guys. I've done the
Yeah.
takeover stuff where we like stop highways and blah 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 blah, and then I've done the we just cruise around, we hit a light, do a couple of things at the light where nobody's at the light, and then we take off and keep going. I've done it all. Obviously, I'll still do my thing and go out for rides and watch my friends ride and enjoy life. But myself, I'm trying to do more of the shows. I enjoy it. I enjoy doing the emceeing, which I've been asked to do for shows this year. I have a few different shows I got to do. I actually have some hip hop shows I got to go to and MC for some buddies of mine who are actually opening for D12. Not Eminem and them. It's obviously not together anymore, but Obi Trice and shit are going to be there. So I'm doing like an opening with them. Then I got Stunna. Stunna's asked me to do unseen for this year. So big props and big love to Stunna for the opportunity to do his shows because, man, 11 years that I've been riding. And every time I see him and we get out to a show, I always like getting close to them and getting those wild angles and doing stuff that people won't do because they're too scared. And me and him have a flow. We run on that flow. I think it's the Jamaican.
You guys don't understand each other. Yeah, for sure.
Like I see Johnny here saying they have Mo Task Force that take down takeovers. That's including us. It's the same thing. We had a couple of those over the years.
We've got something called Vision Zero over here, and that's a task force that I'm not gonna say who I know, but someone in this chat's been in the involved with them for sure.
We know a lot of people. Yeah. We know a lot of people that have had dealings. But hey, what are you gonna do?
Chalk it up to the streets. Chalk it up to the streets, right? It's all part of the game.
They put in their time. They dealt what they had to. That's the life that we live. It's hard. You get over here where it's a slow process. I know that over there, it's been a very slow process over the years for them. They have more school shows and they do a lot more events. Harley is doing a lot more events. I want to get more localized community events.
Yeah.
If all these riders in Canada started going to their local fall fairs and setting up shows where they go and they take like 4 guys and they do a show, they make a few $100. Shows will pay $1,500, $2,000 for you to come out, do some wheelies. If you can get that local event, that first local event, you do it once, they'll ask you to come back every year. And then it's the next closest event to you that they'll someone else.
Snowball. It's the networking. It's everything like that. Yeah.
Bro, because I didn't have my Grom this year, every year. So from when I started these guys, when I was doing the Potato Fest, Alliston Potato Fest. After that, I started doing all the Christmas parades and the Potato Fest parades, I would jump in with my Grom. So I have a local towing company around the area that I work
I
for.
saw some videos, yeah.
They hooked me up and they're like, yo, Joe, jump in with us. Hell yeah, man. So I put on, like, for Christmas, I wear a gingerbread man outfit and I go out and I hammer. This year I didn't get to do either of them, which I had a lot because I'm so community oriented. When I went through town and even outside of town, like when I'm like in Barrie or I go to Toronto, I still have people that ask me, like, bro, that come up this way for that show. And they're like, dude, you weren't there this year. Why weren't you there this year? I'm like, well, I bought another bike. I put my Grom as collateral to my friend so she could learn how to do wheelies. So, you know, like it was kind of like a help and a friend. I helped myself, got myself another bike. So now I can do more events and do more things. But this year I'll be back at it. I want to do more fully.
Fearless.
I got my Fearless bike stunts. What?
Fearless.
Fucking 867. Yeah, I think that's where we got to start. That's our biggest thing is doing more events that aren't directly bike related.
Oh yeah,
and
that's for sure.
Trying to get into local officers and chatting with local detachments when those events come up so that you do like a small safety introduction with the officers. I think that's like a huge thing. I was working on a few years ago. My father knew someone who was a gold helmet rider or whatever the heck they are. They ride the Harleys for OPP. And we were trying to slowly work together before I wrecked to do a collab thing where I go out to shows with them and we have a safety awareness about street riding and blah, 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 and riding motorcycles, helmets, da, 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 da. And then I do a show while they're doing their thing on their bikes. So kind of like, you know, show the two different styles of riding and see how we can work together. It's a big thing.
Yeah, like,
go ahead.
I love how in different places it's viewed as like dexterity, like, you know, moving the bike around, you know, agility training, you know, like different types of, you know, it's not viewed as just like, oh, we're taking motorcycles and we're thrashing them and we're doing some crazy outrageous stuff. Yeah, it looks like that.
Yeah.
But if you take it and break it down to what it actually is, a skateboarder is, you know, when he jumps off a 30 set stair, you know, okay, that's crazy. But he's taking a calculated risk for him that he knows he could potentially fall off. And, you know, he's not done the first 30 set stair he sees, and that's not the first time he's done it. But, like, you know what I mean? It's the same thing for a person on a bike. And, you know, if those sports are viewed as sports, you know, why can't we have the same facility and the same view in that same aspect, you know? It's pretty crazy. Where, like, yeah, for sure. And I've had cops on both ends. I've had cops where, like, I get to a lot and, like, they're in the back and, like, my friend's like, oh, you want to just go? And I just go up to them and I go, hey, you know, is it cool that we're here just practicing? And he goes, I may or may not have ever been here. Have a great evening. And then that was it. But at the same time, I've had the other side too. So, you know, very luck of the draw. Luck of the draw. That's for sure.
What? Hey, T.
Yeah.
T Stunts, you still there?
Yeah. You can hear me?
What do you think? What do you? I can hear you. What do you think we could do, or let's say the American side, or anybody across the world? What do you think they could help give us the, you know, help give us the edge to get us a little farther ahead? And yes, I see you up there with the everybody keeps tonight. It's funny. Sorry to cut you off for a second here, but everybody keeps posting about Wheelie Demons. They're next week.
Yeah.
I will be posting.
They want to know.
Tomorrow. They will be coming next week. We'll have them on. Don't worry. You guys can hack all your questions you want. There's a little button at the bottom where you can ask your questions. So make sure you get ready for next Saturday. We're trying to have it all set up and having some stuff pulled together to get it ready. Everybody keeps asking, So, but yes, I know you do. You got questions. Everybody does. That's why I'm preemptively asking part of the community, as you can see here. So, and go ahead. We're going to go back to Tiny here. What, anything you
All right.
think?
Okay, so personally, I'm going to be honest. Ever since everybody pretty much knows, because it was all over the news when I got bagged years ago. Okay, so when I got bagged years ago, I started to do more of a solo thing and kind of be more more about me. So I didn't really care as much about the riding community. But
Yeah.
now as starting to think about it, honestly, I think it would be just as we go there. I don't know if it's like that for them, but like if we can get a bunch of guys, like let's say 10 other sick guys coming down here once a year, you know what I mean? Making a stunt ride where it's literally like US and Canada, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Because that's the other thing too, which sucks for me, and that's what I was explaining earlier. You guys got to take me through. I'm never going to make it through the border. I don't know if they're the same situation, but I know to come to Canada is a lot easier than go to the States, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the only thing I could really see is if literally, like, I'm not saying that this would happen, but if we can get like fucking sit down Steve, a couple of those guys to come down here and create like a ride for a weekend ride like that, I'm sure you guys know us. We'll get 300-400 bikes,
Oh,
and that would be
And the
I
biggest
think
thing about that is that we go over to, you know, whatever, if it's police or whatever like that, and we go and we let them know what's going to be happening. We're going to just say, hey, you know, hey, we're going to be having a ride, you know. We're just going to let you
yeah
know these are the routes, and if there's any routes you want us to avoid, we want to work together in some way, but at the same point, like, you got to understand we're going to do this. And that's, like, because that's what I've seen, like, in, like, certain parts of the States where they're less interested in the bikes and they're more interested in other things that are going on in the city. They have that sort of mutual understanding, and they have that little bit of conversation beforehand where it's like, if that kind of starts happening, maybe it'll be beneficial, but who knows? Because again, like, it could go both ways, and that's, I want that to be a conversation, but you know, just to be able to make it a legit way. But at the end of the day, who knows? Who knows?
But
Johnny,
honestly, I think the difference is the Canadian people versus, and not even just the people, it's the environment. So don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that, you know, Toronto's not a bad place where there's not killings every day. But a couple of my boys just went up to what do they call that Briar place? What's that called? Where is that up there? Briar on top.
Broward
Broward,
County, Florida.
sorry. Okay,
Yeah.
you go over there, bro. Like, we're talking every 2 minutes, those guys are having murders, and the shit that the cops have to deal with up there are completely different than what Peel Region and OPP have to deal with. Let's
Yeah,
be
no,
real here, right?
for sure,
Oh,
for
So
sure. They got
I
nothing else better to do than
our
pull the chopper out on
Oh,
it.
you
cops are a
asshole
lot
kids.
more anal towards us than, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's another reason why I guess it's more passive there. And like I've said, is, you know, and I'll say this 100 times, you know, if you go to a third world country and start to stunt, it's going to be looked a lot different than as if you go to, you know, England and just, you know, go out there and just start ripping up streets. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Where they have
No, it's for sure.
CCTV everywhere. You know what I mean? Like,
And they can track you
London.
block by block
Exactly.
and everything like that. No, it's 1,000% true. It's 1,000% true. And
So
I get that,
this.
and it's the hope. It's the hope, right?
So,
It's the hope to have that
in
conversation.
Jamaica, I can say this, that in Jamaica, it's looked at differently. When I rolled up with Doc there, Don Dada Chase, and Blunt 636, and Bando, we'd roll up to a block because they have them everywhere. And there was also a family that was murdered when we were there at that time. Just like a random like killing in the middle of the streets, boom, boom, boom. Fuck, it was like crazy shit. So it's blockades everywhere, and it's generals and police. So bro, and like they got their C7s and shit, and like everybody's locked and loaded. You're rolling up, two white guys in the back seat in a rental car. They know there's two black guys in the front seat. until they know that you're a stunt rider and you're here doing events, bro, you're looked at like it's like you get searched and they kind of push up on you, and you know it's a different world there. As soon as they knew I was a stunt rider and I was there for shows, it was like it was crazy. They were like it was a switch flip. It was like bike life was everything because there's not much there that goes on. Like
Yeah.
I feel, and that's such a because everybody uses them. Which hey, sorry, I'm just cutting you off here, guys. Johnny's making some points here about having.
1,000%. Yeah, I was gonna say that too. I didn't want to cut you off. Yeah.
Having rides.
I know. I had a point there too.
Yeah,
See,
so
we have that
stuff like
ride.
that, yeah.
We have that sick ride or whatever it's called.
You have these rides here, Johnny.
But here's the thing.
But they're not direct rides like you guys have down there. I don't know. It's kind of like every time we go out for an autism ride or sick kids, we get away with some stuff, but it's like, I don't know. Can either of you, well, I know, Tiny, you could put more into this.
Okay.
So that ride that Drop Back just said. They're just.
So I used to go to those. Yeah, I used to go to those rides a lot, and like, well, not a lot, but the first few of them. And then that's the thing, as I was explaining, at the end of the day, I'm not really the type of person to enjoy just riding my bike normally.
Yeah.
I ride my bike like a savage.
Yeah.
So as soon as I get there, I have 4 or 5 guys coming up to me and telling me, oh, okay, Tiny, no stunting on this ride, no stunting on this ride. So it's like the whole week I'm building it up. I'm building up my ready to fucking go kill streets, go be savagery. And then I'm told not to stunt. So then I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm not coming to the next one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I think it's kind of the community as well, right?
Oh,
the other side of the bike.
Those rides are also policed by the ride itself too, and certain people won't want you on that ride doing stunts or whatever it could be. So like even still, like even within certain parts of the riding community, they even view it as something that's bad and malicious or whatever, like uncontrolled and whatever. But like until people realize and they get kind of accustomed to the people that are doing it, they realize, oh no, these people know what they're doing almost.
So I think a good thing for us to do here, something that I've been wanting to do for years, it's actually in my book here of my fabulous ideas. Oh, ridiculously good ideas. Yes, it's pink, people. It's faded on this side.
Start to wear pink. Don't hate, bro.
Bro,
you got my pink J's on. Fuck off.
This is how long it sat in my truck on the dash. The one side still have pink, the other's faded.
Yeah.
So, I got stuff in here, sponsor ideas, parades, introductions. This is my biggest one. This is what's going to bring our community together. If I can get people to sponsor the fuck out of me and help me build this, I will get people to come. That right there. Stunt competitions. If I can get a competition started where in Canada we do one and it's like, okay, we're putting it out there. If you want to come to it, we put it out to the world. Come here. We're going to put on a competition. I'd love to do it at like the Sky Dome, just like they used to do Dark Nights. You know what I'm saying? And that's where it will. Because as soon as you do one big event where you get good publicity and you have it where it's like, so I'm working right now. One of my big things I'm trying to do, I might have a couple small events this year, which could lead up to next year, a massive event where we can do a big competition. But I'm working with a guy right now who had cancer. It just as my son had testicular cancer. He had a nut removed. So I'm kind of wanting to give back with this guy. And I found out that this guy's doctor is the same doctor as my son for their cancer treatment shit. So it was really fucking sick. But he wants to do some events, and his family is a bike family, and he wants to learn how to wheelie. So I'm going to teach him to wheelie this year. So we're going to do a back and forth, and I'm trying to get a small competition. If I can get one competition here with most Canadians, obviously, and try to get a few of the guys to jump up. We do it as a cancer charity event, and each rider that signs up has to put in, like, people can put like money onto them as like a bet. So if that rider places, they double the money goes to the thing or whatever, right? And then the other monies go to the other charities anyways. But it's something like that. I think that is what we need to bring the North and South together. Because that once you do that first, even the small show, then you get the big show. Once you get that big show, then you start moving it from province to province. And at that point, I would buy myself a 30-foot plus trailer, put it on the back of my truck, and I would just MC and do the events. Have all my stuff packed up, and I would go. And then eventually, you start going south, and then you start working and meeting, bringing with the American riders that are professionally doing the shows and events and competitions that they still have. I know they used to have the XDL and stuff. I'm not sure if there's any real big events anymore for competition, but that's when you start bringing them back, and then you collab with the guys in the States, and then it's a battle from the States. Then you bring all the guys from Jamaica and the Caribbean that are riding there, and then you start doing a tour, and then you don't have to bring anything with you. You just go and you show up at that. Everything else gets, loaded up. When you go to Jamaica, my guys, the best events in the world. I don't care who you are. The best side of the road event coordinators in the world. These guys build their friggin' Japanese minivans with packed with speakers. They pull up, the whole van's wrapped with their logos, and they just pull out a stand and a tent, and they sell liquor on the side of the road and do small show to promote the big show. And it's like this system that they have in their van, bro, insane. You can hear from the other side of the island when these guys pump. They had a 5-ton truck packed full of friggin' speakers and subs and shit. It was insane. If you look on my some of my videos and some of the Hot Tool videos, you see this thing in the background, dude. I'm like, what the? But it's just, that's what you need. You gotta have a mobile events. You just roll up, you rent from the local rental shop. You rent a bunch of fence off a parking lot. You throw on the event. You get the whole city, because at that point you're going to have a few thousand people show up for them. And that's when you have
they just hear it, yeah.
OPP show up, and they do a little show. You let them come out and do a show. You have local artists. You bring everything local, everything about being local. You contact local artists. You put it up online. You say, okay, I need music. I need a local DJ, or I need local this or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Because it brings the community, and then they pay you to have those spots, right? So then your event just keeps going. And I think that building that and having Americans come north, and the ones that can't come north, they wait for the next year where we start to drop down into the States, and you do the top of the States. So just like Michigan and fucking all the way across there, you hit all that, and you do border town shit,
Yeah, no, that'd be pretty crazy, honestly.
Detroit would love to have an event there.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome. And honestly, I think if that could start picking up and we could actually get that going, if the sky's the limit, honestly, at that point.
Everybody asks me, so I have a lot of people helping and starting to sponsor the podcast and my shit that comes out of my head, and they always ask me, what do you need? What do you need? And I'm like, I don't know. Money. need lots of money to buy all
Yeah.
these things to go and do it, because that's everything you need is money. But if you got a buddy that's like maybe got a DJ setup, boys, anybody got a DJ friend? Let me know. Keep them set up and ready to go. We'll freaking
I got that.
tell them we have the first event. I just found out from my the Cancer Foundation guy, Anderson, I think it's called. Don't quote me on it. I'll post it up after with this. But his name's Angus Anderson. His foundation, I believe he's going to be doing an event coming up. I don't want to split it, but maybe at one of the gyms down in the city. I think it's maybe Couture. I don't know. I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it anyways because I'm a shithead. And this is raw anyways. But yeah, there might be an event there that I'm going to come down to. He actually wants to chat. If I have any homies that are fighters that are looking for fights, he would really like to help put in a charity event. So if my guy
Your way
Stud
of asking me to fight.
knows any guys, I know a couple guys that would totally love to do this. So, and
Yeah,
they know the Extreme Couture people. So, just like, keep those people in mind when, events come up. Because if they do, other events are going to come from those events. So, I'm trying to keep people in the loop. You keep your circle, your day ones or 1 days. I call them my day twos because they're all my homies. The day twos are the actual day ones, but I don't have any day ones. All my day ones from back in the day are gone. My real day ones are my day twos, and they know who they are. No SJ, but the setup for DJ and artists and show for entertainment purposes. Yeah, got it set up, but can't DJ. Bro, I can DJ. I have speakers.
I can DJ too. I got the
5+ years old, and I don't want to lug the fucking 18-inch woofers around in wooden boxes. So, if somebody's got it set up, I'm an
anyone that's got
MC.
a PA setup. Yeah.
Yo, we just got Ants Head Sun City just joined. Guys, that's the guy. Telling you. The man brought me over.
Big up.
Bro, Ants is big up Stance. You think he'd jump on with us? You think we could get him to jump on?
I'm gonna have to cut them just so you know anyway, but it was good fucking coming on because you know me, I'm never really on Instagram.
Buddy, I appreciate you for coming on, my guy. Big love.
You already know. Okay, everybody have a good night.
Take it easy, bro.
See you.
Easy, bro. Peace.
We'll talk soon, bro. Easy.
Whoa. I see Stunner's etiquette trying to get Stun out here. We got Ant. So maybe hopefully Ants will jump on. Ooh, he declined. It's okay. He must be busy. That's okay, Ants. We appreciate you either way. Big love. And great work there, my guy. On the island, we see all the work you're putting in, all the freaking guys you're big up in. It's nothing but blessings over there.
It's always about putting people on and showing off for the next generation for sure.
Right?
That's what I'm big on, teaching, putting people on, pushing people, always progressing something.
Well, he's got some guys over there that he's pushing, and like Ants is just a goat, bro. The guy, he keeps on
I see it, man. I see it.
pushing himself farther and farther in everything he does. And
crazy skill level too, might I say, in the craziest terrain too, pulling out some of the craziest stuff, and no chill, just straight flossing, straight flowing, going about it like it's nothing, and going over bumps, going over crappy terrain. It's just
bro,
kill it.
the terrain over. Okay, so they had this young guy. I can't remember his name. If Vance is still watching, maybe he'll remember his name. He's a really young fella, man. This kid, I still watch him now. He was on Big Rush's bike the other day doing some drifting and shit. And I went out and I rode, I didn't get a lot of time out there. I was just so involved with watching these guys ride, and like, you know, I could have put more time in and got out there and like whatever, but whatever. Life happens,
Soaking up the culture, being there for the experience
right?
is number one,
It
first and
just was
foremost.
so
Yeah,
killer. And
that's
yeah,
amazing.
but these guys, bro, they ride in every terrain, just like our boy Salim, SR Freestyles. He
Yeah,
grew up riding in fucking dirt. They learned on dirt. And these
on the
guys,
scooters and the dirt,
they skate.
anywhere,
They
man.
skate on everything. And dude, like, I go to a lot, my favorite. You know, we go to lots and we're like, oh, look at this perfect lot. Fresh pavement. It's beautiful. Oh,
Oh, it's got a little bit of a curve to the
house,
left. Oh, it's got a little bit of a bump over to the side. It's like these guys are
right?
taking it in the middle of nothing, like the slickest of ground, and they're just pulling it back in sandals and stuff like that. And they're just like, this is
Bro,
baby food.
you know, One Almighty, bro, watch One Almighty. Bro, that guy, him, like, even on there, the snipers and the missiles, or missiles, I think that's how they say it.
Yeah.
Bro, these bikes, these 250s and shit, they're on their highways, bro, and they're whipping these bikes up, and they're jumping around like crazy. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
It's insane. It's insane. They don't,
Potholes?
first of all, don't care, and they just know the bikes too well.
Bro, potholes? Bro, those are just speed bumps, like nothing. But they're like the
They just,
size of like the box of my truck in some spots, bro. And I got an
that's
8-foot box.
insane. That's insane. That's killer. Honestly, that's killer.
We were driving back, so okay. my boy's truck, I loaded up with both bikes, so you're close to 1,200 pounds in bikes in the back of this little like Mazda Nissan B2200 thingy, whatever the heck it was. It was cool because it was left-hand drive, and everything over there is right-hand drive, and you drive on the left hand, right? Because it's English.
Yeah.
And so I'm driving this thing. We cruise all the way out to Junction, and the one bike kept slipping and sliding over. So I'm like, I thank God it wasn't Maddie's homie's bike, which is like a 13, 14 plus, and it's like in immaculate condition. I'm like, thank God. Blunts is like, bro, don't worry about it. I'm like, it's got the cage, it's good. So we finally get there, and then we do the show, everything going on. The event goes crazy, 2,000 plus people. It was crazy. And we leave, we start heading back, and I'm like, oh man, I'm like, the dry shaft's falling out of this truck. Boys like, just keep driving. If it's just a dry shaft, let's keep driving. Like, all right, if it gets worse, we'll pull over. Because you don't want to pull over in Jamaica. Like, it's safe, but it's not safe. You don't want some crackhead rolling up your driveway in the middle of the night, right? Trying to steal your shit.
And just scooting off with the bike, yeah, for sure.
You know? So we only got 30 seconds in. So we pull over because the fucking one tire was falling off. I lost 2 out of 5 studs. 3 out of 5 studs. 3 out of 5 studs we lost, bro. Side of the road, my guy, Bad Indian, yo, he made it work with a pocket knife. I'm like, bro, I don't know if this is going to work. It's going to work. But hey, thank you for everybody for getting off because we're